Santa Barbara Foresters have headed south, and they are taking on the division-leading Conejo Oaks for an afternoon CCL matchup. Hello, Hunter Shoemake, welcoming you to the campus of Cal Lutheran on today's toasty afternoon from 1,000 Oaks, California. Well, the Sturs are coming off back-to-back losses against the Slow Blues, and their job does not get any easier here this afternoon. Conejo, when they enter here today, they are 13-5, their overall CCL record, and they have won 6 straight CCL contests. It'll be a very tough opponent here this afternoon for the Sturs. Let's take a look at the lineup today for the Santa Barbara Foresters, leading off in right field, Caden Peterson, bats second, and in center field, Jonah Sebring to bat third, and in left field, Will Rogers. In the cleanup spot and the DH, Jack Holman. To bat fifth and at third, Nolan Souza. To bat sixth and at second base, TJ Pompey. In the seventh spot and at first base, Johnny Rodriguez. In the eighth spot, the catcher, Ryan Taman. And in the 9 hole, the shortstop, Drew Markle, with the starting pitcher today for the Sturs, Cody Howard. But on the hill this afternoon for the Conejo Oaks will be a familiar face that the Sturs have faced this year. It's going to be Ryan Humphreys, the southpaw, getting his 4th start of the year. But for Santa Barbara, they've played the Conejo Oaks entering today already 3 times. And 2 out of those 3 times, Ryan Humphreys has been the starter in both games that the Sturs have faced Ryan Humphreys on the hill. The Santa Barbara Foresters have lost. And entering today, Ryan Humphreys has gone 2 starts against the Sturs, thrown 7 2/3 innings. He's only given up 3 hits and allowed a single run against the Santa Barbara Foresters. And actually, that 1 run that he gave up against the Sturs is the only earned run that he has allowed all year long. He's got a sub-1 ERA, and the Sturs had their work cut out for them today against Ryan Humphreys. It's a toasty day, right around 98 degrees, upper 90s. It's starting to cool off with a nice breeze blowing out from left center field towards right center field here on a picture-perfect day from 1,000 Oaks on the campus of Cal Lutheran. So here comes Caden Peterson. Today the Sturs donning blue tops, gray bottoms, and Peterson will lead things off for the Santa Barbara Foresters. And for Caden Peterson, batting from the right side, and the Santa Barbara Foresters entering today off 2 straight losses to the Slow Blues. They'll have a tough matchup today against the team atop the CCL South, the Conejo Oaks. So Humphreys, the southpaw, in their dark blue tops and white bottoms for the Oaks, come set on the hill. About to fire in the first pitch to Peterson. And here it is. And Peterson will see an off-speed away, ball 1, and we are underway. First pitch at 4:02 local time here in 1,000 Oaks, California. Definitely with the winds blowing from left to right and a very warm afternoon. All these baseballs in the outfield will be definitely flying far. 1-0 pitch. And Peterson pops it up. It stays in the infield, moving over the shortstop, Alan Camarillo, and actually called off by the second baseman, Nick Leahy, who makes the catch directly behind second base. Just a few yards behind it is retires Caden Peterson for the first out of the inning. Peterson, the pop-up to the second baseman. That's going to bring up Jonah Sebring. 1 away, bases clear, just underway here in the top of the first inning. And for Santa Barbara, looking back to yesterday's game against the Slow Blues, really the first time all year long that the Santa Barbara Foresters got outplayed and lost control of a ball game. Didn't have a crack at it in the late innings, trailing by a lot of runs. There's a 9-4 loss yesterday with Slow prevailing. But Humphreys comes set. Here's the first pitch to Sebring, and Jonah sees a fastball high, ball 1. Jonah enters today 340 clip, slugging at 500. He's really solidified himself, especially defensively, out in center field, but batting second in the lineup, sometimes third, depending on the order today for Bill Pintard. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Sebring sees a high fastball, 2-0. Caden Peterson, the leadoff man, was sat down by Ryan Humphreys. Really the thing today for the Sturs, try to crack into Humphreys as early as possible, if at all possible, with Humphreys, his 3rd start of the season against the Santa Barbara Foresters, and he has been phenomenal in his first 2. 1 away, bases clear. Here's a 2-0 pitch, and Sebring will see one down the middle. Looks like Humphreys might have taken a little something off his fastball. Gets himself back in the count, 2 balls and a strike. The man batting out of the second spot in the order, Jonah Sebring. Will Rogers will be next for the Sturs. The wind's blowing pole to pole, left to right. And Sebring batting from the right side. Humphreys taking his time on the hill. The 2-1 pitch, and Jonah sees a changeup missing high. That is ball 3. Conejo, 13-5 in CCL play, leading the CCL South. They've been playing so well. 7 straight wins in the Southern Division, I should say, in the CCL. playing very, very good baseball. One away, here's a 3-1 pitch, and Jonah will take a strike outer half of the zone on the fastball from Ryan Humphreys. It's a full count for Jonah. Will Rogers next. Under blue skies from Thousand Oaks, just a few clouds over the horizon beyond the hills that surrounds the ballpark here, but with one away and bases clear. 3-2 pitch, and Sebring pops it up high. Pop up in the infield, backing up is the shortstop Camarillo, just a step or two in the left field lawn, and makes the squeeze. 2 gone. Peterson and Sebring, the pop-ups in the infield, for the first 2 outs of the ball game. Here comes Will Rogers, and Will Rogers, yesterday we saw him behind the dish catching for all the pitchers that came through on the hill for Santa Barbara. He was a brick wall behind the dish, and also he was a lethal hitting, had the late home run in the 9th in that chippy ball game against the Slow Blues yesterday. When those two teams meet in 2 weeks' time, likely see some spillover from that matchup, really the last 2 matchups for the Sturs against the Slow Blues. But here against the Oaks, first 2 retired in the opening inning. Now in stands Will Rogers. Humphreys looks him down. First pitch, and this one is popped up right side into the outfield and slicing its way into foul ground on a full sprint. Is Danielewicz, the right fielder, and makes the catch right in front of the bullpen down that right field line. And 1 pitch to retire Will Rogers. The fly out into foul ground is the 3rd out of the top half of the first. We will step away, but Cody Howard out to the hill, the starter for the Sturs, when we return.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
Going to the bottom of the first inning here from Cal Lutheran, Sparky Anderson Field in Thousand Oaks, California. In steps Cody Howard, the right-handed pitcher from Texas on the hill. For Cody Howard, his 4th appearance and his 4th start on the season, 14 1/3 innings in the books. He's only walked 3 and struck out 17 for the right-hander from Texas, Cody Howard. Let's take a look at the defense. Behind Howard today, Nolan Souza will be at 3rd. Drew Markle will be at short. TJ Pompey at 2nd. Johnny Rodriguez, left-handed first baseman, at 1st. Ryan Tateman doing the catching. Will Rogers out and left. Jonas Sebring in center. And Caden Peterson in right. And the starting 9 today for the Conejo Oaks, leading off Lucas Danielewicz to bat 2nd. Austin Carrillo. Batting 3rd, Justin Rubin. In the 4th spot, Nick Leahy to bat 5th. Landon West to bat 6th. George Baker in the 7th spot. Cooper Sheff in the 8-hole. Jack Brooks, and round out the order for the Conejo Oaks, Alan Camarillo. For the home team, the Conejo Oaks been playing some very good baseball, and for the Sturs, their first 3 batters retired by the starter Ryan Humphreys. But Cody Howard in his 4th start. Again, the Sturs wearing their blue tops and gray bottoms, but the darker blue tops for the Conejo Oaks and white bottoms. Here's Lucas Danielewicz. He will bat from the right side. He is well familiar with this field. He goes and plays collegiate baseball here at Cal Lutheran. Stands in to lead things off in the bottom of the first, no score. First pitch, Danielewicz sees a fastball right down the middle. Good delivery from Howard. 0-1. For the Sturs, the start of 2 consecutive games against the Conejo Oaks. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Danielewicz sees consecutive fastballs, and he's quickly down 0-2. Cody Howard locating that heater early. Austin Carrillo, Justin Rubin next to follow the right fielder Danielewicz. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Danielewicz, broken bat, and this one's rolled over to the 3rd baseman. Nolan Souza slides in with ease, and the throw in time to Lucas Danielewicz, who shatters the lumber and grounds out 5-3, 1 away, bottom of the first. That's going to bring up Austin Carrillo for Conejo. One away and the base is clear. No score here at Sparky Anderson Field. And you look at the outfield, 400 dead away, 320 down the right field line, 325 down the left field line. Austin Creo batting from the left side. One away, base is clear here on this warm afternoon. Any and all fly balls in the outfield will sure carry a little bit extra compared to what the Sturs are used to. First pitch, Carrillo sees a fastball as Taman tries to frame it, but it will miss low. Ball one. And the first pitch here, 4 o'clock, getting bumped up from the typical 4:30 at Cal Lutheran. Here's the 1-0 offering, and Austin Carrillo will slice it just behind home plate for strike number 1. Austin Carrillo has had a real good season in terms of average. His entire slash line getting on base nearly 60% of the time. 590 is OBP. But with one away, base is clear. 1-1 pitch. Carrillo swing and miss on the fastball high in the zone. He is down 1-2 in the count. With the Conejo Oaks, they've bested the Sturs 2 out of the 3 times that these two teams have met. Howard winds up the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Carrillo drills this one in right field. Moving forward is Caden Peterson and will make the catch out and right. 2 down in the bottom of the first. Carrillo barrels it up, but lines out to Peterson out in right field. 2 down in the first. Here comes the DH, Justin Rubin, and who plays for Pepperdine. That's from the right side. And the wind's steadily blowing pole to pole, left to right here at Cal Lutheran Sparky Anderson Field. And Cody Howard, he has a fast tempo on the hill. First pitch, as Rubin will see a fastball that will find the lower half of the zone for a strike. We're starting to see the typical rotation for Ryan Kramer. Cody Howard getting the starts on Fridays as the 0-1 pitch is a check swing, but going around, it would have been a strike anyway. Rubin quickly down 0-2, and Cody Howard favoring his fastball early. Rotation holds Bixby tomorrow and Frank Camarillo on Sunday for the Santa Barbara starting pitching. But here's the 0-2 pitch, and Justin Rubin reaches for it. Soft hit ball to short. Drew Markle charges in, scoops up the ball right in front of second base, and the throw was late. Able to beat it up was Justin Rubin reaching for that ball way in the zone. Markle did his best at short. Corralled that ball just in front of second base, but the wheels from Justin Rubin able to extend the inning with a 2-out knock. That's going to bring up Nick Leahy. So our first base run of the ball game comes with a base hit from the Conejo Oaks after Justin Rubin having to protect the plate, just reaching for it on the 0-2 pitch to bring up the second baseman, Nick Leahy. No score currently, bottom of the first. 2-out base runner for the Oaks, and here's Leahy batting from the right side with Cody Howard coming set from the belt. First delivery, and a swing and a foul tip back off Ryan Taman's mask. Strike 1. And for Nick Leahy, plays collegiately for UC Davis. Gets some instruction down the third baseline along him and Justin Rubin, who's now at first. Conejo, they're relatively aggressive on the bases, 36 for 45. We always talked about especially how aggressive the Sturs were early in the season. Sturs haven't been as aggressive on the base pass as of late, but a check back to the man first. Rubin scampers in. Not the most conviction from the throw from Howard over to his first baseman Rodriguez, but it remains 0-1 to Nick Leahy. Another glare over from the starting pitcher. Here's the 0-1 pitch as Leahy will see an off-speed missing high, 1-1. Nick Leahy is able to reach. Landon West will be next for the Conejo Oaks. 2 of the top teams in the CCL squaring off today and tomorrow. 1-1 pitch as a breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 2. We've seen Cody Howard primarily rely on his fastball early to start this outing. Went to an off-speed pitch there, had some movement. A ball and 2 strikes. Ryan Humphreys, the starter for the Oaks. 3 up, 3 down for him as Leahy sees a 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Cody Howard strikes him out on the breaking ball. As Justin Rubin had the 2-out knock, he is stranded at first base. We go to the second. No score from Cal Lutheran.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Now in the second inning from Sparky Anderson Field, Holman, Souza, TJ Pompey coming on up for the Santa Barbara Foresters. No score going to the second, and Ryan Humphreys, in his third start of the season against the Santa Barbara Foresters, sat the first three down, using a couple pop-ups in the infield and a flyout in right. First three batters he has faced. First lefty-lefty matchup of the day for Ryan Humphreys against Jack Holman. Three lefties in the order today. Holman, Souza in this inning, both bat from the left side, along with Johnny Rodriguez, who will be later in the ballgame. Humphreys looks into Holman, first pitch, and this one is popped up right side. Maybe a chance here for the right fielder or first baseman, and in comes Daniel Witz, the right fielder, and makes the catch in foul ground. That was a moonshot, and he makes a catch just to the left of the Santa Barbara bullpen down that right field line, and Jack Holman sees one pitch and retired here in the second. And for the Sturs, against Ryan Humphreys this year, through 7 2/3, they have only amassed 3 hits against the starting pitcher for the Conejo Oaks. Ryan Humphreys has had the Santa Barbara's number in his first 2 starts. But here comes another lefty, Nolan Souza, digging in for the first time. No score, 1 gone, bases clear. Humphreys from the middle of the rubber sends in the first pitch as Nolan will see a high fastball for a ball, 1-0. Nolan Souza, along with Will Rogers, recently picked up their first home runs of the season. Souza picked it up. And the Santa Barbara Foresters were at slow. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Nolan will see a fastball low in the zone, but it is a strike, 1-1. Santa Barbara currently second in the CCL behind the Conejo Oaks. Few games back, 13-5, are the Oaks. The Sturs are 12-7. Humphreys holds on the hill. Here's the 1-1. As Souza will see a low breaking ball. Trying to pull it back in the zone was George Baker, but it misses for ball 2. On this warm afternoon, starting to cool off just a little bit. If you're in the shade and the breeze is blowing, it's a nice day, but if you're in the sun, it is sure baking. One away, top of the second. Here's a 2-1 pitch as Nolan will see a fastball away, ball 3. Ryan Humphreys has only allowed a single earned run this season through his first 3 starts. And struck out 13 along the way, but he falls behind here to Souza. TJ Pompey will be next with 1 out. 3-1 pitch as that will be ball 4. An off-speed missing away from Ryan Humphreys. And the Sturs have their first base run of the ball game. 1 out walk for Nolan Souza. This is going to bring up TJ Pompey. Or TJ. You look back to yesterday's game against the Slow Blues. Ended up going 0 for 3. Reached once when he grounded into a fielder's choice. Jack Bolander ended up pinch hitting for him in the 9th when Boley had a triple in that last inning. Here's first pitch now to Pompey, and Pompey reaches for it and sends it nearly over the head of Johnny Rodriguez, who stands on deck. That is strike 1. It's Nolan Souza now at first. with one out here in the top of the second inning. No score between the Oaks and the Santa Barbara Foresters. An important game for Santa Barbara, trying to right the ship after 2 tough losses to the Slow Blues. Runner goes now. That ball was tossed from the pitcher to the first baseman, Landon West. It gets past him as Nolan Souza slid into second base. He didn't realize the ball was past the first baseman, and all the way to third base goes Nolan Souza. So Nolan Souza made a jump, and Ryan Humphreys stepped off to would have had Nolan Souza in a rundown between first and second, but the throw from the starting pitcher, Humphreys, skies over the head of the first baseman, allowing Souza not only to have a stolen bag, but advancing to third on an errant pitch on the pickoff move from Ryan Humphreys. So now an opportunity here for Santa Barbara. Only a single out, and Nolan Souza, stolen base, and advancing to third on an error, now at third. It's 0-1 for TJ Pompey. Batting from the right side, here's the pitch, and Pompey swinging a miss on the breaking ball from Ryan Humphreys, strike 2. And for TJ, trying to put something in play here. Scored the opening run of the ball game. Johnny Rodriguez will be next. Can they capitalize on the early error and push in the first run? One out, top the second, 0-2 pitch. Pompey sees it down. It was a great slide from George Baker, who ushered that ball down the third baseline about a third of the way before he scoops it up, and obviously no chance for Nolan Souza. Try to advance home with that ball being slowly rolled down that third baseline on the block from the catcher for the Conejo Oaks. Johnny Rodriguez will be next, as TJ still having to protect the plate. Ball and 2 strikes. Only a single out and a man at third. Can the Sturs strike first? Humphreys comes set. Very methodical on the hill. Here's the pitch. The 1-2, and it will fly over the head of the catcher, and a good bounce off the backstop and holding at third base. That ball sailed over the head of George Baker. Missed everyone, but a hardy bounce off the backstop, and it bounced nearly all the way back to the dish before George Baker was able to scoop it up, and Nolan Souza down that third base line really had no interest at trying to advance. Very active backstop here at Cal Lutheran. But TJ gets himself back in the count after being down 0-2. Humphreys. He holds on the hill with only a single out. 2-2 pitch as Pompey pops up and out of play over the press box into the parking lot behind us here. Remains 2-2. On this warm afternoon, 8-mile-an-hour winds out of the west, blowing from left to right here, pole to pole. And they capitalize an opportunity here for TJ Pompey. Plate the first runs of the day for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Humphreys at a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch as Pompey taps it down the third baseline, actually into the dugout where the Conejo Oaks are housed here. And when you look at the dugouts, no fencing in front of it, so it's fair game. Everyone sitting on the bench needs to pay attention. No fencing in front of either dugout here at Sparky Anderson Field. Battle here between Humphreys and Pompey. Here's the 2-2 pitch. TJ will see ball 3 high here, missing. And TJ, who's down 0-2, will now see a 3-2 count. Nolan Souza able to inch his way down that third base line. Only a single out here in the second. Johnny Rodriguez will be next as Ryan Humphreys, who was motoring early, gave up the walk and an errant throw to allow Souza to get to third. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Pompey lines it down the left field line. That is a fair ball. 1 run will score. Souza scores with ease. Pompey motors his way around first base to second. That ball down the corner. That is an RBI double for TJ Pompey. That ball motored its way past Cooper Chef all the way down the third baseline into the corner. And Nolan Souza does indeed score from third, the opening run of the ball game. It is now 1-0 in the top of the second inning. Santa Barbara now lead the Conejo Oaks. So Souza, who worked the walk, had a stolen base and reached third on an error. But with that double, what an at-bat from TJ Pompey. He was down 0-2. Ends up working a full count. Rips it down the left field line. Here's Johnny Rodriguez, bats from the left side. Look back to second. First pitch as Rodriguez will see a fastball strike down the middle. 0-1. Johnny batting out of the 7th spot today for the Santa Barbara Foresters. TJ Pompey driving in the first run of the ball game. 1-0 our score. Humphreys, he holds man at second. He looks back to him and a check back to TJ, and that ball will get past him into the outfield. So TJ Pompey will get to third base. Pompey was on base, and Alan Camarillo was trying to hold on to him, and it looks like that ball might have went through the legs of TJ Pompey, and that ball rolls its way into the outfield to give an extra 90 feet to the Santa Barbara Foresters. So that is the second error of the ball game on a throw to check on a base runner from the Conejo Oaks. Actually, the second error on Ryan Humphreys. So that ball missed the shortstop. So now a man at third, and Rodriguez at an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch as Johnny will foul it off, and the barrel goes flying into the first base dugout. He lost the grip on it, flying like a saucer into the dugout where his teammates are housed. And we did say it was one of the warmest days that the Stars have played all year long. That ball, I should say that bat, flying all the way into that first base dugout. So it looks like Johnny's going to grab a little extra pine tar on that piece of lumber. But he's now down the count, 0-2. Santa Barbara now leading by a run as they try to bounce back. And it's a good start here from Cal Lutheran after dropping the 2 games against the Slow Blues the last 2 days against their rival. A heated game yesterday, even after the contest ended. Saw both teams meet in the middle of the outfield, exchange of words. Good start here in Thousand Oaks. Ryan Humphreys has 2 errors. Man at third base, only a single out. Here's the 0-2 pitch as Rodriguez will see, and that ball is spiked in front of George Baker, and on the errant pitch, TJ will score from third base. So a wild pitch scores the second run of the inning on the deliveries from Ryan Humphreys. It was spiked in front of his catcher, George Baker, about a foot in front of the dish. As a result, it is now 2-0. The Foresters on top of the Conejo Oaks here in the second inning. So Rodriguez, a 1-2 count. Base is now clear, still only a single out. And Ryan Humphreys, the southpaw, 1-2 pitch as Rodriguez sends this one up the middle. That is a base hit. Gets past the shortstop and second baseman. And Johnny Rodriguez will keep the line moving. And the last 3 batters have all reached base for the Santa Barbara Foresters. A walk, a double, and now a base hit up the middle by Johnny to bring up Ryan Taman. And entering today, in the 2 starts that Ryan Humphreys has had against the Santa Barbara Foresters, he has only allowed 3 hits in 7 2/3 innings. He has allowed 2 hits in this inning alone. 2 runs in. Now Ryan Taman batting at the 8th spot. Runner at first, 1 away, first pitch, and Ryan will see his fastball, outer half of the plate, for a strike. Did see TJ Pompey an RBI double. Let's not forget that RBI is brought to us by Gold's Gym. Gold's has 3 locations in Santa Barbara and Goleta where the Foresters train to win. Thanks for Gold for sponsoring that RBI. 0-1 pitch as Taman sends it squirting towards the on-deck circle on the first baseline. Strike 2. Taman's able to reach. Drew Markle will be next for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Rodriguez at first, 1 out. 2 runs in this second inning. Fantastic start for the Stars. Trying to bounce back after their 2 losses against the Blues. Humphreys, the 0-2 pitch is Taman. Foul tips it back. Maybe a chance at 2. Play back to first base. Just getting back is Johnny Rodriguez. Taman goes down swinging on the off-speed pitch on the delivery from Ryan Humphreys. Rodriguez is able to get back to avoid getting doubled up at first base, but now 2 gone. And it's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Drew Markle. Markle batting from the right side. Had 2 hits yesterday, a double, a run scored, and a base hit in the 7th. Tried to stretch it for a double before he was thrown out in that 7th inning. But he does have a 2-out base runner at first. Look over there from Humphreys. Here's the first pitch as Markle swinging a miss at the fastball. 0-1. Nothing and 1 for the shortstop. The Stars now leading 2-0. Top half of the second frame. Humphreys, the southpaw on the hill, staring over at Johnny at first. The 0-1 pitch as Markle swing and miss. The runner goes. There's a breaking ball, but into second base, and Johnny Rodriguez will be thrown out at second. Good throw from George Baker, and it was the second baseman slapping the tag down on Rodriguez, who was trying to poach a bag, but ends up getting thrown out for the third out of the inning. Sturs, they get two, now lead 2-0 going to the bottom half of the second.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
On our way to the bottom of the second inning here from Thousand Oaks, California. 5, 6, and 7 coming on up for the Conejo Oaks. In West, George Baker, Cooper Chef face Cody Howard. And Howard had a face 4 in the opening inning. Gave up 2-out base hit to Justin Rubin, but struck out the next man he faced. So here's Landon West batting from the right side. First pitch from Cody, and it's an off-speed pitch in there for strike number 1. Interesting to see Cody there go with the off-speed. Saw a lot of the fastball in the opening inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch as Landon West ripping a miss on the fastball this time, 0-2. Santa Barbara now lead 2-0, bottom of the second, putting up 2 runs, top half of this frame. Howard, here is the 0-2 pitch, and West down on 3 pitches. On the breaking ball, Cody Howard strikes him out, 1 away in the second. Cody Howard, back-to-back Ks, going back to the last inning. Sits down Landon West. And here is George Baker. So Baker's behind the dish. He's actually making his debut today for the Conejo Oaks. And he plays for Louisville. Stands in, bases clear, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Cody Howard moves in the first pitch. Here it is as Baker batting from the left side will take a fastball strike, 0-1 in Cody Howard. The native from the Woodlands, Texas, looking very solid to start his outing. Here's the 0-1 pitch as Baker drills it into right. Caden Peterson has to slide over to his right and makes the catch out in right field. A few paces in front of the warning track to retire George Baker on the line out into right. 2 quick outs for Cody Howard. Trying to get his bats right back out there. After picking up 2 runs in the top half of this inning. 2 hits, but able to capitalize on 2 errors and a wild pitch from Ryan Humphreys, both E1s on the starting pitcher. Able to bring in 2 runs. Here's Cooper Chef, batsman right side. First pitch, fastball in the shallow right field, and that ball will be caught by Caden Peterson, who had to judge that ball. Looked like it was going to fall, but Peterson judges it well, held his ground, then moved in a step or 2, and makes the play out and right. And a very quick 1-2-3 inning from Cody Howard. We go to the third. Sturs lead by 2.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because
Call 1-800-995-8835.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Now in the third inning from Cal Lutheran, Drew Markle will lead things off. He's actually standing in the last inning before Johnny Rodriguez was caught stealing down at second base trying to swipe a bag. But it'll be Drew Markle to lead things off. Caden Peterson, Jonas Sebring in this inning to face the left-handed pitcher Ryan Humphreys. First pitch to Drew, and Markle sprays it up and out over all the stands and everything here at the complex. Strike number one. Score is 2-0 in favor of the Santa Barbara Foresters. Conejo Oaks currently have bested the Sturs the first 2 out of 3 games that have been played between these two teams. Markle batting from the right side. Here is the 0-1 pitch as Markle sees an off-speed inner half of the plate for a strike. Markle looked like it was inside, thought it was inside, but he will take strike 0-2. Top of the order will be next. Ryan Humphreys, to start off this ball game, was moving really quickly. Gave up a walk, a couple hits, a few errors as well on pickoff moves to the men on base. Here's the 0-2 pitch as Markle sends it down the first baseline, well foul. Just jammed towards the hands, pushing it the other way. Remains no balls, 2 strikes. For Cody Howard, a blazing quick top half, should say bottom half of the second for the starting pitcher for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Solid stuff from Cody. But Markle remains at a 0-2 count. Here's the pitch as Markle spits on the breaking ball down, 1-2. Santa Barbara, after losing last night's game, they lost 4-9 with the Slow Blues prevailing in that matchup at Santa Barbara High School. They're going to be facing the Conejo Oaks tomorrow as well, but want to start off this away-home series on the right foot. Markle leading things off, a 1-2 count. Humphreys. Here's the pitch as Markle pops up and out of play. Slicing it over the first base dugout into the parking lot. Remains 1-2. Markle, his clip for the year 188, but his OBP getting on base at a 291 clip for the man. Played for Ole Miss this past season. Humphreys, deep breath on the hill. Here's the 1-2 pitch as Markle will see a fastball down. George Baker framed it. Thought he had called strike 3, but will miss down for ball 2. Another fastball from Ryan Humphreys. Not the fastest velo in the world, but he can locate very well. Caden Peterson will be next for the Santa Barbara Foresters. But Ryan Humphreys, the southpaw. 2-2 pitch as Markle will take strike 3. Markle does not agree with it. Still talking with the home plate umpire. It was a late strike call as well, but he will go down looking. Off-speed pitch high in the zone, and it was a delayed strike call, but Markle goes down looking one away in the third. Markle still looking back towards the home plate umpire, not pleased, getting rung up on that occasion. But here's Caden Peterson back to the top of the order for the first time for the Sturs. Had a pop-up to the second baseman, Ryan Humphreys, in the opening inning when he's faced Peterson, Sebring, Rogers. Retire them all on pop-ups very quickly. First pitch, as Peterson sees a breaking ball very nicely executed by Humphreys, drops in the middle of the zone, 0-1. I haven't really seen that breaking ball. We've seen the fastball, the off-speed changeup, and that big 12-6 breaker. First time today, goes to it to start off the AB for Peterson. Here's the 0-2, and goes back to the breaking ball, and it's in their inner half of the plate, 0-2 against Caden. So with one away, bases clear, top of the third. Santa Barbara picked up 2 runs in the last, and they lead 2-0. The winds are steady here at Sparky Anderson Field from left to right, pole to pole. Humphreys, the southpaw, the 0-2 pitch as Peterson sees another breaking ball, and it will miss down this time. As George Baker couldn't quite squeeze it, rolls halfway between the hill and the dish, 1-2. Jonah Sebring will be next for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Looking to stay competitive against the Conejo Oaks, who lead the CCL South at 13-5. Stirs 1 less win and 2 more losses at 12-7. Their record. Humphreys, a little nod. Here's the 1-2 pitch as Peterson drills this ball to the third baseman. It looked like it was going to go into left field, but Alan Camarillo, the shortstop, takes that ball on the liner and retires Caden Peterson. So the line out to the shortstop, 2 gone in the third. Looked like from where we're sitting here at Sparky Anderson Field, that ball was well over the head of the shortstop, but ends up going straight to Alan Camarillo for the second out of the inning. So the first 2 retired here from the campus of Cal Lutheran. But here's Jonah Sebring. He had a pop up to short, first time up, second look at Ryan Humphreys. Humphreys holds on the hill, and the first pitch to the right-handed batter, Sebring. Here it is. Jonah sees it in, nearly gets clipped. Ball 1. When you look at what happened in the second inning, the Stars had 3 base runners, 1 on the walk, 2 with hits. But Ryan Humphreys gifted the Santa Barbara Foresters 2 errors and a wild pitch, able to push in 2 runs. Here's the 1-0 as Sebring whiffing a miss on the fastball, 1-1. Well behind it was Jonah on that occasion. For Ryan Humphreys in his 3rd start against the Santa Barbara Foresters, he only has given them 3 hits entering today. Depending on how Humphreys collects himself, he has retired the first 2 here in the 3rd. Might not be too many more gifts like what Humphreys gave him in the last inning. Here's the 1-1, and Jonah sees a breaking ball down in the dirt. That is ball 2. With no one on base, no issue for George Baker, catcher in his debut today for the Conejo Oaks. But Jonah Sebring now heading the count, 2 balls and a strike, top of the 3rd. Upper 90s here, the temperature in Thousand Oaks, California, much warmer compared to Santa Barbara, much warmer compared to what the Stars have played in all year long. The first pitch at 4:02 local time. Here's the 2-1 pitch as Sebring sees a fastball down. That's ball 3. On deck will be Will Rogers if Jonah is able to reach. Stars looking to bounce back after the last 2 losses. They're off to a good start here at Cal Lutheran. Humphreys coming set. And here comes a 3-1 pitch as Sebring will see ball 4 away on the off-speed from Humphreys. Missing second walk worked by the Foresters today and comes with 2 outs and Jonah Sebring aboard for the first time today. That's going to bring up Will Rogers. Blue tops and gray bottoms, and Rogers, all the sliding he's been doing, he's been all over the field. Looks like a little bit of a hole starting to appear on the back side of his left hamstring on his pants. But stands in today with 2 gone. Rogers a fly out to the right fielder, which was caught in foul ground. Sebring now at first. He's got some good boots on him. He can motor his way around the bases. See if the Stars try to send him here with 2 gone. They did that with Johnny Rodriguez, and there goes Sebring. He's caught off in a run down between first and second base. Humphreys was anticipating it, and now the shortstop in the play back to first base. Jonah Sebring is tagged out, trying to get back to first base. So Sebring trying to leave on the first pitch. Humphreys, the starter for the Conejo Oaks, anticipating it. The throw to the first baseman, and Sebring caught in the rundown. Did his best to get back, but thrown out for the third out. There's a 2-out walk from Jonah, but picked off in the rundown. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Sturs still lead 2-0. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Bottom of the third inning, the Santa Barbara Foresters lead by 2. Here's Jack Brooks, bats from left side. First pitch is down and in to the left-handed batter on the delivery from Cody Howard, who remains on the hill for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Brooks lead things off. It is 8, 9, and 1 due up for Conejo. Here's the 1-0 offering, and Brooks sees a fastball and spoils it over the third base dugout out of play to even up the count at 1. Brooks has been struggling with the Conejo Oaks. Just a couple hits on the year, and who plays for Oregon. Leading things off in this inning. Howard moving quick, 1-1 pitch as Brooks will take a fastball strike in there, 1-2. Just clipping the inner half of the plate. Looks like Brooks did not like the call. But Cody Howard from the middle of the rubber, finding good tempo, 1-2 pitch. Brooks checks swing, and he's able to see a fastball away, 2-2. Alan Camarillo will be next, and Lucas Danielwitz for the Conejo Oaks. Sturs lead by a pair. Here's the 2-2 offering to the leadoff man, and Brooks chops it down the third baseline. Now to play. So Brooks is able just to stay alive, and the count remains 2-2. The man who bats from the left side and defensively in center field today for the Conejo. Santa Barbara will be back at home tomorrow. 2-game homestand to end out this week. Deep breath on the hill. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Brooks will see a fastball just missing low from Cody Howard. He was quickly ahead. Now a full count. Been one man to reach base today for the Oaks. It was Justin Rubin who had a 2-out knock in the first. But the leadoff man here in the third sees a payoff pitch, and Brooks will see ball 4 down. Trying to frame it was Taman, but the fastball misses down from Cody Howard. It's a leadoff walk for the Conejo Oaks. That's going to bring up Alan Camarillo, the shortstop, at the 9th spot today. David Solis, manager for Conejo. Conejo relatively aggressive on the bases this entire year. And a hearty lead at first for Brooks. First pitch, and it's fouled back in the net and just to the right of home plate. Off the bat of Alan Camarillo, that is strike 1. On this warm afternoon, Santa Barbara gotten off to a good start. For a clean inning here to go to the 4th. Check back to the man at first. Just more of a formality here from Cody Howard. It's a softer throw over to his first baseman, Rodriguez. Not a laser, like you're trying to pick off Brooks at first. Step and a half lead now for the man at first. Runner does hold up. It looked like he was about to jump, but the 0-1 misses high. 1-1. So far today, you look at the scoreboard, a single hit for the Conejo Oaks, but the 2 errors, and those 2 errors coming in that second inning, both on Ryan Humphreys, the starting pitcher. Tried to pick off base runners and end up throwing the ball away past the respective man holding on to the runner at the respective bag. Also a wild pitch, and now a check back to first. Good pickoff move, and they got him. Cody Howard this time lasers it over and picks off Jack Brooks. Caught flat-footed at first base. 1 away in the third. Brooks worked a leadoff walk. Caught sleeping. And when you looked at that pickoff move from Cody Howard, the first couple that he's done, much slower. The throw, just more of a soft toss over to the first baseman, that time a laser. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Camarillo. The breaking ball misses down and away. Ball 2. So much different conviction on that true pickoff move from Cody. It's the first out. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Camarillo on a breaking ball, pops it up, shallow left field. Markle, the shortstop, goes back. Called off by the left fielder. Miscommunication by Will Rogers and Drew Markle. Will Rogers was charging in. That ball will fall. Markle was in the best spot to make that play, and it looks like Rogers was calling him off, but with the wing coming out of the left, that ball just fell harmlessly between the two, and as a result, Camarillo will reach base, and it'll go down as a hit. But a makeable play between Markle and Rogers on the miscommunication to allow Camarillo to pick up the 1-out knock and bring around the top of the order Lucas Danielwitz. So Danielwitz grounded out to third, first time up. First pitch, and this one is fouled back just to the right of home plate. Strike 1. And Drew Markle at short today. We've seen TJ Pompey in recent games holding down shortstop. Drew Markle, the last time he started at short was actually June 29th. And of course, Will Rogers been all the way around the playing surface. Catcher, outfielder, pitcher. Man at first, 1 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this one will get in and out of the glove of Taman, and advancing to second base is Alan Camarillo. I'll go down as a pass ball on the catcher. There's a breaking ball from Cody, just in and out of the glove of the catcher, Ryan Taman. So it's a 2-0 game, but for the first time, a runner in scoring position for the Oaks. With 1 out, it's a 1-1 count for the man at the top of the order. Back to second, the 1-1 pitch as Danielwitz will see a fastball in. That is ball 2. Austin Carrillo will be next for Conejo. Cody Howard, the base runner at second. I feel like just inducing that short pop-up. He reaches base and then the pass ball. Tough spot now for Cody, the 2-1 pitch, and this one is driven into center field. Jonas Sebring has to check back and looks like he'll make the catch right in front of the warning track. He does. There's a second out, and tagging up from second to third is Alan Camarillo. So a productive out from Lucas Danielwitz. The bottom of this third inning, the fly out deep into center, 2 gone. That's going to bring up Austin Carrillo. First run for Conejo, 90 feet away. Both teams now with 2 knocks, but 2 errors glaring on the scoreboard for Conejo, resulting in 2 runs for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Carrillo bats from the left side. First time he had a line out to the right fielder, Caden Peterson. Here's the first pitch, and this one is low, and it actually ends up hitting the right ankle of Austin Carrillo to put him at first. So he's hit by Cody Howard on the right ankle, and that's going to put runners on the corners with 2 out. So Carrillo, reaching for the first time today, is to bring up Justin Rubin. Rubin had the first hit of the ball game, base hit with 2 gone in the opening frame. Cody Howard gave up a leadoff walk, but picked off Jack Brooks, which ended up being the first out in this inning. Runners on the corners, and Conejo threatening, with Sturs protecting a 2-0 lead, bottom of the third. Cody Howard trying to keep it that way, the starter. Here's the pitch, and a fastball missing high and in to the right-handed batter, Justin Rubin. Winds have settled down just a little bit. Still blowing gently from pole to pole, left to right. Check back to the man at first. And safely sliding in head first was Austin Carrillo. Infielders playing back. Rodriguez holding on to the man at first. At third, Souza playing in the middle of the infield dirt. Another check back to the man first. A laser this time, and they got him. Cody Howard, what a pickoff move. Gets Austin Creo sleeping off first base. 2 picked off at first in this inning by Cody Howard. Between the 2 pickoff moves that he just went to, the first pitch was over to first base, was much slower, and that time lasered perfectly down at the base, and Carrillo caught off at first for the 3rd out. Fantastic work from Cody Howard. We go to the 4th. Sturs lead by 2.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Will Rogers will lead things off in the 4th inning for the Santa Barbara Foresters. It's going to be Rogers, Holman, Souza due up to face Ryan Humphreys, who remains on the hill, the starter for the Conejo Oaks. 2-0 the score. Santa Barbara still lead. It'll be a righty-lefty matchup. The southpaw on the hill against Will Rogers. Humphreys, he winds up the first pitch, and Will sends it back into the backstop to the right of home plate, 0-1. Rogers today, he stood in to end the last inning before Sebring was caught in a rundown in the last, but for Rogers, 0 for 1, a flyout in foul ground to the right fielder, Lucas Danielwitz. So essentially the 3rd time at the dish for Will Rogers, leading things off in the 4th. Humphreys, he holds the southpaw, the 0-1. This breaking ball is tapped towards the third base dugout. Out of play for strike 2. Jack Holman will be next for the Santa Barbara Foresters, and then Nolan Souza goes righty-lefty-lefty in this inning for the Sturs. And the southpaw, Ryan Humphreys from Westmont College. His 4th start of the year. He's ahead against Rogers. Need to protect the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Will sees a fastball high, 1-2. You look around the surroundings here on the campus of Cal Lutheran. Nice rolling hills in the distance. Still some green shrubbery. Summer months baking it out. But Humphreys, he holds, and the leadoff man sees the 1-2 pitch. Rogers lifts it and reaches for it, but he sends it back in the netting just to the right of home plate. He will stay alive. That last fastball from Humphreys at 89. And Will Rogers does well to stay alive here to lead off this 4th inning. Sturs leading by 2. Ryan Humphreys coming set, very methodical on the hill. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Rogers swing and a miss. The off speed got him, and Humphreys strikes out Will Rogers, 3rd K of the day for the starter for the Oaks. 1 away in the 4th. That's going to bring up Jack Holman for the Sturs. Holman batting from the left side. It's going to be a lefty-lefty matchup for him and Souza, who is next. Holman, just like Will Rogers, flew out to the right fielder in foul ground. The catch was made. So Holman, a little bit of an open stance down that first baseline. His second look at Ryan Humphreys. Here's the first pitch, and Holman will see an off-speed breaking ball find the lower half of the zone, 0-1. Last pitch That's 75 from Ryan Humphreys. His heater's been sitting around 89, 90. See with what he goes with here against Jack Holman. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Holman sees another breaking ball. This time it misses high. Another one at 75. And for Jack Holman, after what he has done entering with the Stirs, he's cooled down since hitting 500 and slugging over 700, but still very, very good numbers for Jack. One away, the 1-1 pitch, reaching for a fastball, and outer half of the plate, he goes down to 1-2 in the count. Nolan Souza will be next. One away, bases clear. Top of the fourth, 2-0 our score. Humphreys now in command. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Holman will see a fastball away at 90. 2-2. .400 dead center here at Sparky Anderson Field. When you look down the right and left field lines, the right field line a little bit shorter compared to the left field line by 5 feet. But the 2-2 pitch as Holman reaches for a check swing. Did he go? Third base umpire says Holman went around. Couldn't lay off at the changeup. Low in the zone, and Holman goes down swinging. 2 gone in the fourth. Consecutive Ks for Ryan Humphreys. 2 quick outs, and that's going to bring up Nolan Souza. Another man who bats from the left side. And again, for Ryan Humphreys, in his 3rd start of the season against the Santa Barbara Foresters, in the first 2, he's only allowed a single run and allowed 3 hits. Today, the Stars already have 2 hits and 2 runs. Well, Humphreys give him another gift throughout this game. Likely not. The first pitch popped up in the infield. The shortstop, Camarillo, gets out under it and makes the catch just about a few paces to the left of the second base bag. And Nolan Souza, 1 pitch. He is retired. The pop-up in the infield, 3rd out of the inning. Stars still lead by 2 going to the bottom of the 4th.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Bottom of the 4th inning, and the Santa Barbara Foresters lead 2-0 over the Conejo Oaks. Justin Rubin, Nick Leahy, Landon West, 3, 4, and 5 coming on up for Conejo. In the last inning, Cody Howard gave up a walk, a base hit, and he hit a batter, but he picks off 2 of them at first base to only have to face 4 in the inning. So here comes the first pitch to Rubin, and Rubin will take a fastball strike down the middle. 0-1. Leahy next, and then Landon West. And Cody Howard been finding a very nice rhythm on the hill. The 0-1 pitch as Rubin sees a breaking ball down in the opposite batter's box. 1-1. Conejo, in that last inning, they had runners on the corners before Austin Carrillo was picked off at first for the 3rd out. They were threatening, could not convert. Here's the 0-1, and that is a off-speed missing high and in, 2-1. Interesting mix here for Cody Howard to start off this inning. See what he goes to here. The 2-1 pitch to Rubin. Here it is. Rubin taps a fastball down the left field line. That is strike 2. Rubin does have a base hit here today, with the winds going from left to right. Cody Howard back out for his 4th inning, the starting pitcher today for the Sturs at a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Rubin pops it up and out of play over the first base side of the park. Remains 2-2. In the bottom of the 4th, Santa Barbara leading by 2. Cody Howard against the leadoff man, Justin Rubin, winds up the 2-2 pitch as Rubin drills it in the left center field, trying to track back his Will Rogers. He'll get out under and makes the squeeze, and Rubin lines out to the left fielder, Will Rogers. 1 away in the 4th. That's going to bring up Nick Leahy, a strikeout victim in the 1st. Second look at Cody Howard. Howard has been efficient. You look at the starter yesterday, Hudson Hamilton, he went 3. But before yesterday's ball game, the earlier games in the week, Santa Barbara pitching didn't have to go through too many arms. But now the first pitch to Leahy, and Leahy sees a fastball at 93 down, ball 1. Cody Howard in the AB against Justin Rubin. Didn't go to the fastball all that much. Starts him off with the fastball here. Here's the 1-0. Consecutive heaters, whiff and a miss, 1-1. Sitting right around 92, 93 for Cody Howard. 1 away, base is clear. The Oaks, no runs so far as the 1-1 pitch, and that one's a breaking ball. That was a fastball down, spiked about 2 feet in front of home plate. That is ball 2. Still very warm in the sunshine, in the shade. It's a nice afternoon watching some baseball, but in the sun, it is sure hot. 2-1 pitches. Leahy skies it down the left field line. Drew Markle, the shortstop, moves in, calls off Nolan Souza, and fights the win, makes the catch. Good communication this time, left side of the ballpark for the Sturs, and Leahy is retied on the pop-up to Drew at short. Markle ended up making that catch just a few paces down that right field line and a few paces on the fair side of that right field line. But 2 gone, and Cody Howard continues to motor along here at Cal Lutheran. Now facing Landon West, another strikeout victim. This time he was in the 2nd when he struck out. First pitch to West, and West drills this one off 1 hop to the shortstop. It was an off-speed pitch, but Markle fires over to Johnny Rodriguez, and the throw in time. Landon West, 1 pitch and grounds out 6-3, and it's 3 up, 3 down for Cody Howard and company. We go to the 5th. Sturs lead 2-0. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just 1 stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We head to the 5th inning here from the campus of Cal Lutheran Sparky Anderson Field. Conejo Oaks versus Santa Barbara Foresters here this afternoon. Going to the 5th inning. The 5th inning is brought to us by Finney's Craft House on Lower State Street. Finney's Craft House is a great place for all Forester fans to gather before or after any home game. Finney's Craft House. So Ryan Humphreys remains on the hill, the starting pitcher today for the Conejo Oaks. It's his 3rd start against the Sturs. In his first 2 starts, he only allowed 3 hits and a single run. He's allowed 2 hits today and given up 2 runs, and part of those 2 runs, 2 errors in the second inning and also a wild pitch to give the Sturs a few opportunities to capitalize, which they were able to do. It's 2-0 our score. On the top of the 5th, TJ Pompey, Johnny Rodriguez, Ryan Taman due up in this inning. Be righty, lefty, righty to face Ryan Humphreys this afternoon. Now at the top of the 5th, Pompey has that RBI double in the second to drive in the first run. And he gets something going here again. First pitch, and this one misses high 87 and away for the right-handed batter, ball 1. And for TJ, drove in a run, he advanced to third on an error, actually scored on a wild pitch. Responsible for both runs on the scoreboard. The 1-0 as TJ sees a fastball high, ball 2. There is action now down the left field line in the bullpen for the Conejo Oaks. For Ryan Humphreys, doesn't go super long when he gets starts here for Conejo. Here's the 2-0 as TJ sees ball 3 high. 3 consecutive fastballs from Humphreys, all missing. And for Humphreys, in his first 3 starts, he went 10 2/3, so not super long in his outings when he has started. Falls behind 3-0, needing a strike here against the leadoff man. Here's the pitch, and that is ball 4 high. 4-pitch leadoff walk to TJ Pompey, and TJ aboard for the second time today, base on balls. And that's going to bring up now Johnny Rodriguez. Rodriguez had a base hit, but ended up getting thrown out at second in the second inning for the 3rd out. Caught stealing. He's got TJ now at first. Pompey is a very good runner. 5 for 6 on the year. Still no outs here, top of 5. First pitch now to Rodriguez. It's a fastball down the middle at 87, 0-1. The Sturs trying to get back into the win column. Facing Conejo today and then Conejo tomorrow, the best team in the CCL South. Not an easy task after dropping 2 straight games too slow. And at first, the 0-1 pitch, and this one is high into right center field. Will stay in the yard. The center fielder, Jack Brooks, slides over, makes the squeeze. TJ will hold at first. And Johnny Rodriguez, a fly out into center field, 1 down, top of 5. It's going to bring up now Ryan Taman. Strikeout victim in the second. Second look now at Ryan Humphreys. Yesterday we saw Will Rogers as a catcher. Will out and left today. Well, of course, the home run, doing everything for the Sturs. Now Ryan Taman looking to get on base if he can, or at least work around TJ Pompey in the scoring position. Only a single out in the inning. Here's the first pitch. I'll have to wait, check back to TJ. He scampers in feet first. Into the first base bag. No problem. When you look at the base running so far today for the Sturs, Rodriguez was thrown out at second, caught stealing. Jonas Sebring in the 3rd was caught in a rundown when he left early. It's not the best day on the base path so far for Santa Barbara. And there goes TJ, first pitch missing in a Taman. TJ slides in head first and safe at second, and that'll help out the running cause today. Now 1 for 3 in that department, and TJ, a stolen bag. He is now in scoring position with 1 out. We saw all the aggression on the bases, especially early on in the season for the Santa Barbara Foresters when the offense wasn't quite firing on all cylinders. But now a man in scoring position. TJ has already scored a run. As Taman looks to put something in play, at least advance Pompey to 3rd, maybe score him. Humphreys look back to second. Here's the 1-0 pitch as Taman sends it down the 3rd base line, out of play. Evens up the count, 1-1. To follow Taman, Drew Markle will be next for the Sturs. On this toasty afternoon, the winds continue to blow. 8-mile-an-hour winds from the west today. That's from pole to pole here. Left to right, Sparky Anderson Field. 1 out, man at second, 2-0 Sturs lead. 1-1 pitch as Taman sees a breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-2. Just clipping the corner, Taman did not like the call. He now has to protect the plate, down 1-2. Taman in a relatively neutral stance. Maybe his left foot a fraction open down that 3rd base line. Look back to second from the starting pitcher for the Oaks. Here's the 1-2 pitch as Taman will take strike 3. The breaking ball high in the zone. Taman goes down looking. 2 down in the 5th. And this is going to bring up Drew Markle. Markle struck out looking in the 3rd. It was a very, very generous strike call for strike 3 in that 3rd inning to retire Markle. But now he has an opportunity to drive in the 3rd run of the ball game, extend this Santa Barbara lead. Just a 2-run lead is not much here in the top of the 5th. Try to put something in play. Score TJ Pompey. Good lead at second. Second baseman holding on to him. Here's the first pitch as Drew Markle sends it right side, and this ball will get past the second baseman. Just hops past Leahy at second. Pompey will come in to score, and Drew Markle will reach base. So Markle's able to push in a run. Leahy, who was keeping tabs on TJ Pompey at second, was closer to being straight up the gut of the field, and that ball was hit more towards the first base side of the infield. He had to track down a lot of distance. Nick Leahy, the second baseman, he was able to slide and make the stop, but that ball just trickled past him. It'll go down as a hit for Drew Markle, and a run batted in. 3-0 now our score. Bring around the top of the order, Caden Peterson. So great stuff from Drew Markle to make it a 3-0 ball game, top of 5. Humphreys, a southpaw. Sends in the first pitch to Peterson. Peterson sees a fastball high, ball 1. That RBI by Drew Markle, brought to us by our friends at Gold's Gym. Gold's, 3 locations in Santa Barbara area where the Forsters train for victory. That's Gold's Gym, sponsoring that run batted in. 2 gone, Markle now at first. Humphreys looks at him and steps off. Now Markle caught in a run down between first and second. He'll try to slide in feet first, but he'll be thrown out at second base. Markle left early, and Humphreys, the wherewithal to pick him off between the bases for the 3rd out of the inning. Another base running error for Santa Barbara, but Drew Markle does push in another run. 3-0 going to the bottom of 5.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Cody Howard remains on the hill, the starter for the Stirs, back out for his 5th inning. You're in the 5th inning, brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's Craft House, located on State Street in Santa Barbara. A phenomenal place to gather before or after any Forester game, or really any game for that matter, at Finney's Craft House. Stirs now lead 3-0. George Baker will lead things off. First pitch, as Baker will see an off-speed in there for a strike. 0-1. Baker, in his debut today, plays for Louisville. The line out into right so far today. Cody Howard going quick, the 0-1 pitch, and that one's down in the dirt on an off-speed pitch to even the count 1-1. Well, the Stirs, top half of this inning, have tacked on an extra run, now leading 3-0. What they needed to do after putting up 2 in the second. Howard has been going with ease Start of this ball game. 1-1 pitch as Baker swings right through it. The off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2. Couple change-ups from Cody Howard against George Baker right here. Facing off the leadoff man here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and Baker sends it down the first base line into the first base dugout. Remains a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, no fencing on either of the dugouts. Can't be caught napping in either dugout. Got some teeth knocked out, that is for sure. Howard comes set, winds up the 1-2 pitch. Here it is, and Baker strikes out. The off-speed pitch got him, and Howard has his 3rd K of his outing. Last 4 retired in order by Cody Howard. That's going to bring up the 7-hole hitter, Cooper Sheff. Conejo trail by 3. They've only had a couple base runners, most of their base runners coming in the 3rd inning, but a pair of base runners were picked off by Cody Howard in that 3rd inning. Here's the first pitch, and this ball, fastball straight up the middle. No chance for either middle infielder by Cooper Sheff. 1 pitch, the fastball taken right up the gut of the field. That's a 1-out knock for the 3rd baseman, Cooper Sheff. Jack Brooks now stand in from the left side. For Cody Howard, entering today his 4th start. He's got a 1-0 record. Try to get through 5, get in line for a victory. There is a few guys down the bullpen stretching out for Santa Barbara. Here's the first pitch, and this one is fouled just behind home plate by Brooks. 0-1. For the Santa Barbara Foresters, after dropping the last 2 games, especially to their rivals, the Slow Blues, got out to a good start today. Seen good pitching from both sides. Just those couple mistakes from Conejo in the 2nd to cost them. The 0-2 pitch down the dirt and the play down to second base. Markle could not field that ball and holding up at second base. It was a late steal from Jack Brooks, making a jump as Taman, when he tried to transfer that ball, wasn't the cleanest change from his glove to his hand. Try to throw it down to the shortstop in a play at second base, but Sheff now in at second in scoring position. Go down as a wild pitch. Sheff is able to advance on the late jump. Now it's 1-1 for Brooks, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and the 1-1 changeup missing away, ball 2. A lot of changeups for Cody Howard. Sitting right around 85. That pitch with the fastball around 92. And it's second, good lead for Sheff. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and it's an up and out of play over the sands down the 3rd baseline. So it's 2-2. Alan Camarillo will be next for Conejo. Sheff at second, 1 out. Cody Howard looking into his catcher, Ryan Taman, for the 2nd out right here. Here's the pitch, and the 2-2 fastball missing away at 93, full count. Other arms available today, Garrett Stratton in more of a long relief situation. Also might expect to see Diego Ramos an inning or 2. Also lefty Ty Zarotnik available, both 1 out. Here comes a 3-2 pitch, and Brooks taps it down the first baseline, actually into the first base dugout, clearing a few bodies as that ball rattles around in the dugout. Remains 3-2. Reed Hensley and Will Rogers listed in leverage situations. Rogers likely in a closed save situation. But Cody Howard's looking good. Here comes a big 3-2 pitch, and that will bounce in. The changeup missing low, and he will lose Jack Brooks. It's a 1-out walk after Cooper Sheff had a base hit right up the middle, and that puts 2 aboard for only the 2nd time of the game for Conejo. That's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Alon Camarillo. So Camarillo stands into a board, 1 out. It's a 3-0 ball game. Here's a pitch, and Camarillo sees a fastball down and away. He bats from the right side. So for Camarillo, he's got a base hit already today. He was stranded at 3rd. Last time Conejo had multiple base runners. The 1-0 pitch, and Camarillo sees that changeup in there for a strike, 1-1. Camarillo in the 9 spot. Cody Howard wants to take care of business against him right here to put 2 outs on the scoreboard. Here is a big looping throw back to the second baseman as he disengages. TJ Pompey's over there at second today. Now Ryan Taman goes out to Howard to make sure they're both on the same page. Well, for Santa Barbara, when you look at their last 10 games being played, 6-4 for the Conejo Oaks. They've been 8-2 in their last 10 CCL matchups. And, of course, Conejo entering today with an off day yesterday have won 7 straight CCL games, but they trail by 3 currently. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Camarillo swings right through the changeup, 1-2. Howard's able to sit down Camarillo. Be big here, especially top of the order on deck and 2 base runners. Trying to keep it a 3-0 ball game. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Camarillo will foul tip it back into the glove. Howard got him with the changeup, and that is the 4th K of the day for Howard. 2 gone in the 5th. Massive second strikeout for Cody Howard, and a massive out in general for the Sturs. He's going to bring around the top of the order Lucas Danielewicz. His 3rd look at Cody Howard. At second, Cooper Chef. At first, Jack Brooks. With 2 outs, here's the first pitch. Danielewicz sees that changeup away, ball 1. Danielewicz today, 0 for 2. Ground out to third and a fly out to center. Sebring is out there in center, and Souza is at third. 1-0 pitch, and Danielewicz swings through the changeup, 1-1. And Howard has been consistent with that changeup right around 84, 85, 86, and goes to that heater up to around 92, 93. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Danielewicz sees that heater high at 92, 2-1. Still a warm afternoon here from 1,000 Oaks. Sitting in the shade, a little bit of breeze coming in off the left. A nice setting, but if you're sitting in the sun or in the sun working, not as pleasant. The majority of the Santa Barbara players used to some heat, hailing from the middle of the country in Texas. But here's the 2-1 pitch, and this one fell back in just behind home plate for strike number 2. It's another fastball that time from Howard. Trying to take care of business here in the 5th. 2 base runners behind a man at second, man at first. Oh, with 2 gone, look back to second base. 2-2 pitch as Danielewicz sees an off-speed missing away, full count. Howard, the right-hander who plays for Texas, has third base open. Wants to take care of the man at the top of the order right here. On deck will be Austin Carrillo. Cody Howard looks in to Ryan Taman. Runners will be on the move. And will step off and just a throw over to TJ at second. Remains 3-2. Currently in the bottom of the 5th inning, tying run is at the plate for the Conejo Oaks. 3-0 our score. Cody Howard back out on the hill, re-engaged. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and Danielewicz pops up and out of play with the runners on the move. Everyone's going to come back, and we're going to do it all over again. Bottom of the Finneys' 5th inning from 1,000 Oaks. Only third base open. Austin Carrillo will be next. All the infielders playing back with the runners moving. Comes a 3-2 pitch as Danielewicz lines it down the left field line. Will it stay fair? No, that is foul. Just barely. Our home plate umpire calling time. Just foul down the left field line. So it remains 3-2. That ball, just probably a foot or 2 to the right, would have scored 2 runs with ease. But Howard in a battle here between Danielewicz. Get through this 5th inning with another 0 on the scoreboard. Still, payoff pitch as Danielewicz will see ball 4 away, and that's going to load up the bases. The off-speed missing from Cody to juice the bases. Second walk of the inning worked by the Conejo Oaks. Now you see a couple arms down that right field line starting to stretch out as the infield, Taman and second baseman Pompey talk things over. It's going to be Austin Carrillo. The base is now loaded in a 3-0 ball game. Conejo have been playing with a lot of confidence, obviously, with their 7 straight victories, a 13-5 CCL record. Conference completed on the hill. Cody Howard, they're going to keep it a 3-run lead for his team. For Carrillo today, he has a line out into right, and he's been hit. That's from the left side. First pitch from Cody Howard. It's a fastball down the gut, strike one. Just clipped the lower half of the zone. No balls and a strike. Bases loaded. Cooper Chef now at third. Jack Brooks at second. Here's the second pitch. Breaking ball down in the dirt, and a great keep from Ryan Taman to save a run. So it's a ball and a strike to Austin Carrillo. In this inning, Cody Howard struck out the first man he faced. Cooper Chef had a base hit right up the middle. Brooks worked a walk. Along Camarillo struck out. Daniel Witz worked a walk to load up the bases. Here's the 1-1. Carrillo fouls off another changeup. Back in the netting just to the left of home plate, 1-2. And Howard likes using that off-speed pitch and then gearing up with that heater, usually about 7 mile an hour faster compared to that off-speed pitch. Bases loaded, 2 gone, bottom of 5. Here comes 1-2 pitch, and Carrillo will stay alive, fouls it back. Just left of home plate, that last fastball at 94 from Cody. Inching up there in velo. He's been having to work against the last couple batters. Carrillo stands back in from the left side, having to protect the plate. And Howard from the middle of the rubber. The 1-2 pitch, and Carrillo. We'll see a fastball just missing in. Ball 2, did not miss by much. 2-2 the count. The bases loaded and 2 gone. Cody Howard from the hill. 2-2 pitch. As Carrillo, did he get hit or did it bounce in? He got hit on the right side. Carrillo is clipped. That's going to drive in the first run of the day by Conejo. Carrillo is hit on an off-speed pitch. Is down in the dirt, just clips his right side. And that's going to bring in Cooper Chef from third. Is now a 3-1 ball game. Bases remain loaded. Here comes Ryan Kramer out of the first base dugout. And the arms just started tossed down that right field line. Likely an opportunity to take up some time. With those arms starting to loosen up. It's Cody Howard giving up the third free pass of this inning. He's really unflappable in the first 4. 4 men have reached base for Conejo in this inning, and it looks like Bill Pintard appears out of the first base dugout. Talking with the home plate umpire as well. Kramer just talking with his man and the catcher. And both coaches, Kramer and Pintard, go back to the first base dugout. Not out of the woods. Tyne run is now at second. 3-1 our score. Both teams got 3 knocks in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bases remain loaded. Carrillo drives in a run after getting hit by Cody Howard. Doesn't get any easier with the DH, Justin Rubin. Batting out of the 3rd spot in the order, needs to be careful. And it's Garrett Stratton warming up down the right field line for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Here's the first pitch now to Justin Rubin. Rubin sees that changeup missing high, ball 1. Howard, last couple batters, has been struggling to locate the zone. He's very good early to start his outing. Bases loaded, 2 gone. The 1-0 pitch as Rubin sees him change up. Looks like he lit up the zone but does not get the call. It's ball 2. It's a good count for Rubin. Howard needs to find the strike zone with the bases loaded. It's a 3-1 game. Sturs lead 2-0 pitch as Rubin checks swing, but he goes through the zone. Couldn't lay off the fastball at 92, 2-1. So Garrett Stratton now warming down that right field line. Bases loaded, 2-1 pitch as Rubin will see a fastball down, ball 3. No room for error now for Cody Howard. Jack Brooks at third, Daniel Witt's second. Carrillo, who was hit, is at first, needing a strike. Here comes a 3-1 pitch as Rubin will see ball 4 in. Fastball missing from Cody Howard. It brings in another run, 3-2. Now our score. And likely Garrett Stratton, who has been tossing, getting ready in a hurry. Fourth free pass worked, or given to Conejo in this inning. Third walk, along with a hit batter. So Rubin brings in a run with Jack Brooks scoring. Daniel Witz to third, Carrillo to second. It's now a 1-run ball game, 3-2 our score. Nick Leahy will now stand in. First pitch, Leahy sees a fastball down the chute, 0-1. And Howard trying to finish off this inning still with his team on top. The 0-1 pitch and changeup comes swinging, 0-2. And for Howard, he went to the first pitch fastball against Nick Leahy, and Leahy now calling time, falling behind quickly. No balls, 2 strikes. Leahy is the 8th batter of this inning for Conejo. Here's the 0-2, and Leahy sees one in the dirt. Ryan Taman, great keep. The runner was well his way down the third base line. It was Daniel Witz, who goes back to third. Ryan Taman just saving a run on the errant pitch. Cody Howard still surrounded by Oaks. 2 gone. Here's the 1-2 pitch as Leahy checks swing. The off-speed missing down and away. It's 2-2. So what will Howard go to with right here? He was ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. The last 2 batters, Rubin worked a walk. Carrillo was hit to bring in the first 2 runs of the day for Conejo. 2-2 pitch as Leahy sends it down the right field line, out of play. Lines it directly over the first base dugout, so it remains 2-2, and Cody Howard fighting to try and make this third out. With 2 outs, Daniel Witz worked a walk. Carrillo was hit. Rubin was walked. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Leahy checks swing, and the fastball misses high, just barely. Looks like it lit up the zone. Good pitch from Cody, full count. And likely, this one misses for ball 4. Cody Howard, his day will be done. Base is still loaded, 3-2 pitch, and that will miss down low. Ball 4, fastball missing, and the game is now tied. 4th walk of the inning for the Conejo Oaks. Daniel Witz scores from third. We are now tied up at 3, and the bases remain loaded. Now Ryan Taman goes out to the mound from behind the dish. TJ Pompey joins from second. And Ryan Kramer going down to the bullpen. It's now a tied ball game. So a couple guys now warming up. Looks like Diego Ramos is also warming, along with Ty Zarodnik. Whole bunch of arms now warming down that right field line. Tied game, and here's Landon West, the 9th batter of the inning for Conejo. Bases remain loaded, 2 gone. First pitch. That changeup is in there right down the middle, 0-1. Cody Howard struck out 2 in this inning, struck out the 9-hole hitter, but the next 4 all reaching base. The 0-1 pitch as Landon West swinging a miss on the off speed, 0-2. Now tied game, 3 runs here in the 5th for Conejo. Coming set with 2 out. Here is the 0-2 pitch, and Landon West will strike out. Cody Howard will get out of the inning but not before the damage is done. 3 runs in the 5th. We are now tied at 3, headed to the 6th.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the 6th, brand new ball game tied at 3. Caden Peterson will lead things off. First pitch to Caden, and off speed will find the lower half of the zone from a brand new pitcher. Reagan Gale will now enter for Ryan Humphreys. Humphreys, the starter, went 5. And the first pitch from Gale, the right-hander, and therefore a strike. The 0-1 pitch as Peterson check swing but chops it right back to the hill, and Gale just has to underhand flip it to his first baseman, Landon West. There's a check swing but finds the barrel and one hops it back to the hill to Reagan Gale, and Caden Peterson will ground out, or the first out of the inning. 3 runs in the 5th for Conejo to tie us up 3-all going to the 6th. Top of the order for the Sturs. Leadoff man retired. He's going to bring up Jonah Sebring. Jonah today 0 for 1, pop up to short, and worked a walk. Stands in this tied ball game, 1 away, base is clear. Here's the first pitch to Sebring and sees it down and in. Ball number 1. The final line for Ryan Humphreys, the starter going 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earns. He walked 3 and struck out 5 for the Conejo Oaks. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jonah, and Sebring check swing. Did he lay off of it? No, he did not, says our first base umpire, 1-1. Sebring thought he laid off of it with plenty of room to spare, but it is strike 1. That fastball from Gale at 91. Had a couple off-speed pitches to start the AB for Sebring. Jonah takes a moment, digs back in. That's from the right side. The winds continue to blow, pole to pole, left to right. Here's the 1-1 pitch as Jonah will see an off-speed in. That's misses for ball 2. Santa Barbara Foresters had a great start, 2 runs in the 2nd, 1 run in the 5th, but concede all 3 runs in the bottom half of that 5th inning. 1 out. Gale, the 2-1 pitch as Sebring lines this one up the middle, maybe a play for the second baseman. It hits the second base bag and deflects away from the second baseman, making a play on it. So Jonah Sebring will reach for the second time today. It's a 1-out single for Jonah, and he is aboard in the 6th. Even if the second baseman got there and it didn't deflect off for second base, likely would have been an impossible play for any arm at second. But Jonah Sebring, good speed down to first. So now 1-out base runner. Here is Will Rogers. Will has a fly out into right, just caught in foul ground and struck out. But of course, his first look at Reagan Gale. Batting from the right side, Sebring, he runs off the first pitch. It's a good jump, and Sebring will be caught out at second base. He slowed down. He didn't even slide into second base. I thought he didn't think there was a throw coming in, and he just coasted in, and instead he is thrown out at second. There's been 5 attempted stolen bases on the day, and the Sturs are 1 for 5, and Bill Pintard appears at the first base dugout to talk things over with Jonah. But I don't think Sebring thought his throw was coming down. He was just going to run in feet first to second. Didn't slide, and he's tagged out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's grounded over to Alon Camarillo at short, and it's over to first, and that will end the inning. Sebring, just like that, was thrown out at second for the second out. Will Rogers will ground out to the shortstop. The Sturs had a 1-out knock. Jonah Sebring, a mental miscue, and then Will Rogers grounds out. 3rd out of the inning, just like that. Reagan Gale only has to see 3 in his first inning of relief. We go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 3. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We have our first pitching change for the Santa Barbara Foresters all game long. Cody Howard, his day complete. And it's going to be Diego Ramos, the right-handed pitcher, to now take over, and he's going to face a pinch hitter for George Baker. Marcus Galvan will now hit the 6th spot in the order. It's a tied ball game. Here's the first pitch, and the fastball at 90 misses in and high, ball 1. So George Baker, in his debut from Louisville, going 0 for 2. Marcus Galvan will now take things over. Left-handed batter. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and it misses away. Another fastball from Diego Ramos. That is ball 2. In the last inning, a lot of walks worked by Conejo. They were given 5 free passes, 4 walks, and a hit batter to drive in 3. Here's the 2-0, and it is in there for a strike at 90 from Diego. 2-1. At the end of the last inning, we saw a slew of arms getting ready. Ties are on the lefty Garrett Stratton initially, but it is now Diego Ramos. 2-1 pitch, and that one will miss high. Another fastball from Diego at 90, ball 3. Galvan pinch hitting. He's ahead in the count. Cooper Sheff will be next. 6, 7, and 8 in this inning. Here's a 3-1. That is ball 4. Fastball missing high, and another walk given up by Santa Barbara pitching to the Conejo Oaks. Only 3 hits so far today for the Oaks and 4 for the Sturs. And when you look at this ballgame and all the runs being scored, a lot of them, well, when you look to the Sturs, 3 runs, capitalizing on a couple errors, some errant pitches by Ryan Humphreys in the second inning. But the Oaks capitalizing on the free passes. Now their leadoff man aboard. Here's Cooper Sheff. First pitch, and Sheff nearly sees it over the head. He has to duck out under it. The off speed from Diego that time. It's ball 1. Sheff is 1 for 2, and also a run scored. He was the first of 6 men to reach base in the previous inning. He was the first of 3 to come around to score. 1-0 pitch, as Sheff will see a fastball down the middle, 1-1. So Marcus Galvan, hitting for the first time, works a walk. Ramos in his first inning of relief. That 1-1 count, that's a 7-hole hitter. He comes set on the hill, working from the first base side of the rubber. Check back to the man at first. Means 1-1. One thing Cody Howard did very well to start his out, and he picked off a pair of Conejo Oaks from first. But Howard, in his 4th start, his day complete. Here's the 1-1 pitch as Sheff pops up and out of play over the first base dugout. That's strike 2. Either starter in line for the victory this afternoon. Howard and Humphreys both going 5. Now a tied ball game. Let's not forget Humphreys. The 2 losses that the Sturs have had against the Oaks, Humphreys has been the starter. Don't want the same thing here this afternoon. Here's the 1-2, and that breaking ball is down in the dirt. Gets past Taman, advancing to second is Galvan. Galvan around second, but will hold up at second base. So advancing on the wild pitch, Galvan in scoring position with no outs here in the 6th. Sturs need to be careful after they had their bats out in the top half of this inning. Jonas Sebring had a 1-out knock thrown out at second on that obscure play when he almost slowed down into second base, never slid in. I don't think a throw was coming. I should say, I don't think. It looked like he thought a throw was going down to second base and had all the time in the world to get to second. It was caught off, and then Will Rogers, 1 pitch later, grounds out. All the momentum still in favor of Conejo after picking up the 3 runs in the last inning. Man at second. Ramos looking for the first out. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and this one is lifted into left. Will Rogers slides over the ball in the gap, but Rogers is able to make the squeeze and tagging up from second. There's going to be a play at third base. It's going to be close, and they got him at third. Tagging up from second is Galvan, but thrown out at third. There are the 2 outs the Sturs need. Great throw from Will Rogers out in left. Marcus Galvan, who worked the walk, advanced to second on the errant pitch, rolled the dice, and thrown out at third for the second out. That's going to bring up Jack Brooks. Now 2 gone bases clear and a massive second out, not allowing the runner to advance to third. Ramos, the first pitch, and this fastball is fouled off out of play to the left. Actually over the third base dugout. That's strike 1. Jack Brooks today, he's worked a walk. Actually, he's worked 2 walks today, and he has scored on 1 occasion. 3-3, we are tied up. Bottom of the 6th, here's the 0-1 pitch. Well away on the fastball from Diego. 1-1. And is Ty Zarod now warming down the right field line. We did see Ty yesterday toss, but the lone lefty available in today's ball game in the bullpen. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and a breaking ball fouled off the right leg of Jack Brooks. It's now 1-2 to the man who plays for the University of Oregon. If the Sturs can get out of this inning, only having to face 3 batters, get the bats right back out there to start the 7th. Not give Conejo too much wiggle room. Here's the 1-2 pitch as Jack Brooks drives it down the left field line, but it goes foul. It remains a ball and 2 strikes. Tied at 3. Sturs put up 2 runs in the second, 1 in the 5th, and Conejo 3 runs in the 5th inning to tie us up. Good defensive plays in this inning from Will Rogers to get the second out at third base. Diego Ramos coming set from the first base side of the pitcher's mound. 1-2 pitch, and Jack Brooks sees a break the ball, takes strike 3, and he goes down looking. Diego Ramos has his first K and only has to face 3 batters in the 6th. We head to the 7th, tied at 3 from the campus of Cal Lutheran.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
We have another pitching change for the Conejo Oaks. Now Bill Pintard appears out of the first base dugout. It's going to be Holman, Souza, and Pompey due up in this inning. Heart of the order for Santa Barbara. We are tied up at 3 to start off the 7th inning. The new arm is going to be Ty Walton, the right-handed pitcher. Takes over for Reagan Gale, who only went a single inning, gave up a hit, and no runs. Now Bill Pintard looking like he's going over to talk to David Solis, the manager for the Conejo Oaks. No pitch has been thrown yet between Ty Walton and Jack Holman. And Bill Pintard conversing about 10 yards to the left of home plate, about a yard down the first base line with the manager for the Oaks and the home plate umpire. Now all 3 parties in that triangle conversation, talking things over, and Bill Pintard will go back to the first base dugout. Conversation completed in this tied game at 3. Now back to the regular scheduled programming. Jack Holman will lead things off. First pitch from Walton. It's a fastball down at 90. That's ball 1. So Holman today, fly out into right, which was caught in foul ground by the right fielder Lucas Danielewicz. Here's already the second pitch as the 1-0 missing in at 88 to Jack Holman. It's ball 2. So Holman, Souza, Pompey in this inning, tied up at 3. Top of 7. The man on the hill going very quick. The 2-0 pitch and the fastball missing in. That is ball 3. Walton working very, very quickly on the hill. He comes set. He's got a very big windup. Jack Holman taking a moment. Big old leg kick. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and that one will hit Holman on the right side. That one's going to leave a mark on the breaking ball. I think it hit his right hamstring or his right side of his leg, and he will trot down the first base line. So he is aboard wearing that one, and he will reach for the first time today after being hit by Ty Walton. Would have been ball 4 in regardless, so 4 straight balls for Ty Walton to start his outing. Now Ryan Kramer, I think he was going to appear at the first base dugout, just grabs a baseball. Here's Nolan Souza, looks to lay down a bunt, pulls it back, and the fastball missing in. So it's a pair of lefties to face off against Ty Walton to start off this inning, and all 5 of his pitches have been in to the left-handed batters. Souza was squaring around to bunt. Will he do it again here? He will not. The 1-0 missing high, and that is 6 straight balls for Ty Walton to start his outing. Ryan Humphreys, the starter for the Oaks, went 5. Reagan Gale went 1. Ty Walton moving very quick as a man at first, no outs. 2-0 pitch, and Nolan, did he get hit? Yes, he did. He turned away from it, and 2 hit batters here in the 7th. And that's going to put 2 men aboard with no outs. And these hit by pitches are brought to us by Alta Orthopedic.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
So a pair of hit batters to start the day for Ty Walton. And now coach coming out of the third base dugout for the Conejo Oaks. Now Bill Pintard coming over to talk with the home plate umpire. Here you've got a tied ball game, conference complete on the hill for Walton, catcher, and the 2 corner infielders. Now here's TJ Pompey. There's 2 aboard. Holman is now at second. Might be trying to lay a bunt down here and advance them both into scoring position with Johnny Rodriguez next. The first non-lefty to face Ty Walton. Face Holman and Souza both from the left side, but here's TJ. Walton, first pitch, and TJ does look around, square around to bunt, but he pulls it back and takes a strike at 87 high in the zone, 0-1. TJ today, he's reached twice and scored 2 of the 3 runs. He's actually responsible for all 3 runs on the scoreboard. An RBI double in the second. Here's the 0-1, and TJ not bunting this time, sees a fastball high, 1-1. Fastball from Walton at 88. With the Sturs now trying to regain the lead, the 1-1 pitch, and TJ pops it up in the infield. Will stay in fair ground, and it will. An infield fly being called. Now 1 away, and that's going to bring up Johnny Rodriguez with Pompey unable to advance any base runners. Runners hold, now 1 away. So here's Johnny. Go-ahead run at second base for the Santa Barbara Foresters. They'll be playing the Conejo Oaks tomorrow, who are currently atop the Southern Division. Sturs in second position. Ty Walton gets the first out of his outing after hitting the first 2 batters. First pitch to Johnny, and Rodriguez swing and miss on the changeup, low in the zone, 0-1. Rodriguez, he's got base hit and a fly out into center, both of which were against Ryan Humphreys, the starter. Can he advance around Holman and Nolan Souza? The 0-1 pitch, and this one is sent down the first baseline, foul. That is strike 2. It's a great opportunity for the Foresters. They gave up 3 runs in the 5th to make it a tied ball game. Now on top of 7. Can they regain the lead, which they picked up in the second inning? A couple miscues from Ryan Humphreys, the starting pitcher, and the Sturs capitalized, but Johnny needing to protect the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch as Rodriguez drills this one right side. That is a base hit into right field. Jack Holman looks to come around to score. The play at the plate, it's going to be close. Holman, he will slide in. The no throw on the cutoff man. That is an RBI base hit for Johnny Rodriguez, and the Sturs back out on top 4-3 over the Conejo Oaks. Johnny Rodriguez coming up big here in the 7th. Sturs now lead. The throw from the right fielder, Daniel Wetz, hit the cutoff man. Looked like there might have been time to try to sling it over to the catcher for a play at the plate, but declining that option. 2 aboard and still only a single out. Here is Ryan Taman. Taman today is kid, once swinging and once looking. First look at Ty Walton, struggling to find the zone. First pitch. Taman sees it high, swinging a miss. It was a fastball at 89, just above the zone. No balls and a strike. Nolan Souza is at second. Rodriguez now at first after the RBI single. Walton, the 0-1 pitch, and that fastball gets a strike call. Generous strike call from our home plate umpire, and Taman's quickly down 0-2. Can Ryan fight here and try to bring in Nolan Souza at second? The 0-2 pitch, and Taman will take strike 3. He goes down looking. The fastball from Walton down the middle, and Taman goes down looking. 2 gone in the 7th. Johnny Rodriguez did drive in a run here. That RBI by Johnny is brought to us by Gold's Gym. Gold's has 3 locations in Goleta and Santa Barbara, where the Foresters train for success. Thank you to Gold's Gym for sponsoring that Johnny Rodriguez run batted in. But now here's Drew Markle, 2 gone. First pitch to Drew, and that fastball is in there, 0-1. Walton, since he's put a couple base runners on working from the stretch, he's been able to find the zone a little more consistently. He had 6 or 7 balls to start his outing. Runner at second, the 0-1 pitch, and this one is lined over to the shortstop off a couple hops. Camarillo and the force out at second. Nick Leahy, the second baseman, covering the second base bag, and they get the force out at second base. So Drew Markle grounds in that fielder's choice, but the Sturs do drive in the run thanks to Johnny Rodriguez. Stretch time here from Cal Lutheran. Sturs now lead 4-3.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Diego Ramos remains on the bump for the Santa Barbara Foresters. He's going to face the top of the order. Check that 9-1-2 for the Conejo Oaks. He only had to face 3 in the last inning. In his first inning, he gave up a leadoff walk, but a man was doubled up at second base. Cooper Chef had a fly out in the left field, and a great throw from Will Rogers out in left. Here's Alon Camarillo, who was 1 for 2. Having a nice day at the bottom spot in the order. Seen a whole lot of arms warming up. You still see Ty Zarodnik down there up in the bullpen. First pitch now to Camarillo. He sees a fastball for a strike, 0-1. So the Sturs now lead 4-3 after putting up 1 top half of this inning. And Ramos looking to hold this lead. The 0-1 pitch, and Camarillo check swing, breaking ball missing down the way, 1-1. Sturs, whatever happens later on this afternoon, now in the late innings, will face Conejo tomorrow, 4:30 first pitch. 1-1, and a fastball missing high and in, buzzing the tower. Having to lean back was Camarillo, 2-1. 5 hits for the Sturs today, 3 for Conejo, but 2 errors on the Conejo Oaks. 2-1 pitch, and Camarillo pops up in the left field. Will Rogers slides over into left center field and is able to make the squeeze. Nonchalantly out in left center, Camarillo retired. Going back to those 2 errors on the board, both coming from Ryan Humphreys, the starting pitcher today for Conejo. On 2 attempted pickoff plays, he threw the baseball away. And in that inning, 2 runs came around to score and set the stage for Santa Barbara. Now leading by a run. Back to the top of the order now for Conejo. Lucas Danielewicz, 1 away, base is clear. First pitch, and that fastball is in there, 0-1. Fall Danielewicz will be Carrillo. And Ramos from the first base side of the rubber. The 0-1 pitch and another fastball up. Right side popped up. Actually, Jonas Sebring slides over from center field into right center field and makes the squeeze. So 2 pop-ups induced by Diego Ramos here in the 7th. And 2 quick outs. And that's going to bring up Austin Carrillo. Ramos, the first man out of the bullpen and only man so far. Cody Howard got the start going 5, 3 hits, 3 runs. Now Austin Carrillo is 0 for 1, but he's been hit twice. First pitch to him, and it's a fastball at 91, missing away, ball 1. He had a line out into right. He was hit in third and actually drove in a run when he was hit in the 5th, and that's when all the damage was done. He was able to drive in the first run of the ball game for Conejo in that 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it is in there at a fastball, 1-1. It's like he might have missed just a bit away to the left-hand batter of Carrillo, but Diego gets the call. 2 gone, bases clear. Here's the 1-1 pitch as Carrillo sees an off-speed missing high, 2-1. And in that 5th inning, the biggest thing that stands out, 4 walks worked by Conejo and a hit batter. Loaded up the bases and hit by pitch, and 2 walks drove in all 3 of their runs. 2-1 pitch, Carrillo sees a fastball down and away, 3-1. Justin Rubin, the DH, will be next. But Diego Ramos out for his 2nd inning. Through an inning and 2/3, only has to face 5 batters. 3-1 pitch. Carrillo will take a strike. He tossed the lumber towards the third base dugout, but we'll now see a full count. Home plate umpire had a little bit of a delayed called strike on the breaking ball from Diego Ramos. Can Ramos get out of this inning only facing 3? Here's a 3-2 pitch, and that will miss inside. It looked like it might have clipped the right shin of Carrillo, but regardless, that would have been ball 4, and he is aboard for the 3rd time today. A 2-out walk for the left fielder, Austin Carrillo. It's going to bring up the DH, Justin Rubin. Having himself a 1-for-2 day. Base hit in the 1st, line out into left in the 4th, and RBI walk in the 5th. Still Zarodnik still up in that bullpen down the right field line. And at first, 2 out. Conejo trailed by a run in the bottom of the 7th. Sturs picked it up in the top half of this inning. Here's the first pitch down and away, and good read by Ryan Taman to scoop up that breaking ball in the opposite batter's box. That's ball 1. The first pitch in this ball game at 4:02 local time, bumped up 30 minutes. Some of these 2 teams will meet again later on down here at Cal Lutheran on next Tuesday. That game will be at 4:30, but today bumped up to 4. Here's the 1-0 pitch as Rubin will see a fastball in there for a strike. Looks like it might have missed in. Ramos gets the call. Rubin last time up against Cody Howard worked that RBI walk. First look at Ramos. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it misses away on another fastball. Ball 2. Conejo entering today 7 straight CCL victories. They've bested the Sturs so far this season. This is the 4th matchup between these 2 teams. Conejo have won 2 of the first 3. And at first, here's a 2-1 pitch, and that's an off-speed in there for strike 2. And then Ramos, 2-ball, 2-strike count against Justin Rubin. Looking to get out of this inning, going to the 8th. Still on top by a run. Decent lead at first for Carrillo. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that's down on off-speed. Full count. Nick Leahy will be next for the Conejo Oaks. Runner at first. He's got a head start. 3-2 the count. 2 out. Ramos winds up the 3-2 pitch, and it will hit the batter. Justin Rubin turns away from it on the off-speed pitch, missing high and in. So Rubin will reach base. Another free pass given up to the Conejo Oaks. Again, in the 5th, they had 5 free passes, 4 walks, a hit batter. Now here in the 7th, a walk and a hit batter, both with 2 out. Here comes Ryan Kramer, a speedy walk out of that first base dugout. You have to imagine not too long of a leash here for Ramos. We saw Zarodnik warming down that bullpen. Now we see another righty up. Another right-hander tossing in the bullpen with Kramer conversing with his catcher and his man on the hill. And Reed Hensley now warming down the right field line. Coach Kramer said Reed be using leverage situations in this ball game, working on that slider on that right field line. Likely the final batter for Ramos if he's not able to get out of this inning. His team is on top 4-3, wants to keep it that way, but the tying run now in scoring position against the cleanup hitter, Nick Leahy, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch, as Leahy, he just taps it back towards Ryan Taman. That'll be strike 1. Leahy, with that 1 walk that he did work, that was that walk in the 5th inning when he brought in a run. That was the 3rd run brought in with the bases loaded, all coming in on a free pass from Santa Barbara pitching. Here's the 0-1 as Leahy's swinging a miss on the breaking ball, and he's down 0-2. Well done from Diego after walking a man and then hitting a batter to get himself quickly ahead 0-2 against the cleanup batter, Nick Leahy. 2 gone, tying run at second. Here's the 0-2 pitch as Leahy will take strike 3 on the breaking ball up half of the zone, and Diego Ramos sits him down, and Ramos picks up the big 3rd out in the 7th. We will head to the 8th from Cal Lutheran. Santa Barbara still lead 4-3 over Conejo.
We're Tammy and Scott from Draftsman Ale Works here in Goleta, California.
For me, making beer is a dream come true. Seeing the community come together in our brewery is a fantastic feeling.
Community West Bank has trusted and believed in us from the very beginning.
Not only have they helped us by getting to where we are today, but they're helping us lay a path for where we want to go.
We count on them.
The community counts on Draftsman Ale Works to bring people together. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
I'm Eric Onen, CEO and Managing Director of Santa Barbara Airbus. Santa Barbara Airbus is all about the customer experience. Having your customers count on you. It's because people recognize that you're there when you need them. One of the early challenges for our business was equipment financing. Community West Bank has always found a way for the terms and conditions to work for us and for them. I count on Community West Bank.
The community counts on Santa Barbara Airbus to keep them moving. We're glad they count on us. Community West Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Cal Lutheran, top of the order coming on up for the Santa Barbara Foresters. They lead 4-3, and they're going to face a brand new pitcher. The right-hander Luis Lures will now enter for Ty Walton. The starting pitcher day for the Oaks went 5, but every inning since Gale and Walton both went a single inning, and now enter Luis Lures facing Peterson, Sebring, and Rogers. The away team Sturs lead by a run. First pitch now to Caden, and Peterson will see an off-speed in there for a strike, 0-1. For Peterson, so far today, pop up to second, a line out to short, ground out back to the mound. Hasn't reached base, that could change right here. Here's the 0-1 pitch as Peterson sees an off-speed down and away, even up count at 1. Santa Barbara nursing this one-run lead. They picked up a run in the last inning after the leadoff man got aboard. Peterson is a very good runner if he reaches base. Here's the pitch, and the 1-1 misses away. That's ball 2. Sebring will be next for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Santa Barbara making the trek down the 101 to Thousand Oaks. Much warmer afternoon. So, in the early evening, here's the 2-1 as Peterson taps down third baseline out of play, strike 2. First pitch, 98 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. The wind's continuing to blow same direction when the ball game started, pole to pole, left to right. And Luis Lures had a 2-2 count against the leadoff man and the first man he's facing in his outing. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Lures as Peterson sees ball 3, a fastball missing down, full count. Conejo Oaks have won their last 7 CCL games, and the Sturs, they've dropped 2 consecutive games against the Slow Blues. The Sturs trying to right the ship here this afternoon. Here's the payoff pitch as Peterson will see ball 4 down, missing on the heater from Lures. It's a leadoff walk for Santa Barbara, and Peterson reaching for the first time today. That's going to bring up Jonas Sebring. So here's Jonah. Strolls his way over to the batter's box. Gets a little instruction from Steve Shuck down the third base line. The Sturs have been aggressive in base running today, but they have not been efficient. They are 1 for 5 on attempted stolen bases. Got 43 for 62 entering today on the year. Here's the first pitch as Jonah looks to square around to bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike, 0-1. Will he go for it again right here? Try to work Caden Peterson to second, get him into scoring position with Will Rogers on deck. Coming set Lures. Here's the 0-1, no bunt this time, but Sebring sends it into the gap in right center field. Will that ball fall? Yes, it will. Peterson motors away to second, to third, looking to come home. Sebring holds up at second base. That is an RBI double, and the Sturs double their lead. They now lead 5-3 over the Conejo Oaks. What a piece of hitting from Sebring, taking it the other way in the right center field to drive in Peterson, leading out to 2 for Santa Barbara. So Sebring coming up clutch. He's got 2 hits now and a walk to his ledger. It's going to bring up Will Rogers, and still no outs in this inning, and the Sturs an opportunity to put up a couple runs, now leading by 2, top of the 8th. And Rogers, depending on how this game goes, now standing in for the 4th time, might enter in a save situation in the 9th frame. And now a balk being called on Luis Lures. Was looking down, did not see exactly what he did, but Sebring to third base on the balk. So now with no outs, Sebring advancing to third on the miscue from Luis Lures. And the second run of the inning just 90 feet away with no outs. First pitch to Will. He sees it down low at 85, but it's called a strike. Will did not like that call, but it is strike 1. So huge opportunity here with Sebring already at third and no outs. Rogers able to lift something in the outfield. The 0-1, and Will sees it down the dirt. That ball gets past the catcher, and the score with ease from third is Jonas Sebring on the errant pitch. It is now 6-3. Santa Barbara's have pushed in 2 runs here in the 8th, leading by 3 runs now over the Conejo Oaks. Luis Lures entered this ball game, gave up a walk, gave up the RBI double. Jonas Sebring, He is balked. Now an errant pitch. 2 runs plated for the Stirs. 1-1 to Will Rogers. Rogers sees it down on a breaking ball in the dirt. To fall Rogers will be Jack Holman. Now leading by 3, an opportunity to put up an even bigger crooked number on the scoreboard. 2-1 pitch as Rogers drills it left side, and that one's gloved by the shortstop. He spins, and the throw is good. What an effort from Cooper Sheff. That ball was sharply hit. He backhanded it, spun around, and fires over to his first baseman, Landon West, to retire Will Rogers 1 down. So Rogers retired. Now we'll bring up the DH, Jack Holman. Holman led things off in the 7th and came around to score the go-ahead run, and at this point, the winning run for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Made it a 4-3 ball game after he reached base when he was hit by Ty Walton. But Holman stands in one way, base is clear. The pitch, and this one is fouled and slicing out of play over the stands to the left of home plate. Strike number 1. We did see an RBI double from Jonas Sebring. That run batted in, brought to us by Gold's Gym. Gold's many locations all over Santa Barbara, where Stirs train to win. Allman took a moment, stands back in. Batting from the left side against the right-handed pitcher, Lures. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Holman sees it down at 77. That's in the dirt. Evens up count 1-1. Santa Barbara now with a 3-run lead, top of 8. 5, 6, and 7 are going to be coming up for Conejo in the bottom half of this inning. Here's the pitch as this is fouled off identically to the first pitch that Holman fouled off. Up and over the seats to the left of the dish, strike 2. Both Peterson and Sebring, top 2 in the order, came around to score in this inning. And Jack Holman needing to protect the plate. 1 out, base is clear. His team now lead by 3. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Holman sees it down in the dirt. Another breaking ball from Lures missing. Evens the count. Shadows getting a little bit longer from the press box. The sun's heading to our left here in 1,000 Oaks. Shadows getting a little bit longer for the players as well. Here comes a 2-2 pitch as Holman swing and a miss. The breaking ball got him, and he is retired, striking out. 2 gone in the 8th. So Holman strikes out swinging. That's going to bring up Nolan Souza, another lefty here in the 8th. After the Stirs got their first 2 aboard with no outs, the next 2 retired by Luis Lures. Souza also batting from the left side. It's now a 6-3 ball game, top of the 8th. And Luis Lures comes set. First pitch to Nolan, and Nolan sees a fastball right up the middle. That is a base hit in a center field. The shortstop was shaded over towards second base, but no play for the man Camarillo at short. That is a base knock for Nolan Souza, first knock of the day, but the 3rd time he has reached base. Prior to that, Souza, he was walked and hit. First knock of the day for Nolan, coming with 2 outs, and this is going to bring up TJ Pompey. Pompey defensively at second base today for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Now as a 2-out base runner. First pitch from Lures, and it's a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. For TJ today, RBI double in the 2nd. A run scored also in that 2nd inning. Scored a run in the 5th when he worked a walk. The 0-1 pitch as TJ pops it up in the infield down the chalk line on the right side. Landon West, the first baseman, camps out under it and makes a squeeze 2 yards down the right field line for the 3rd out of the inning. Pompey retired, but the Stirs push in 2 more. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-3, Santa Barbara, they lead. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just 1 stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and we will have a pitching change for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Reed Hensley, the right-hander, will now enter the ball game for Diego Ramos. Ramos currently in line for the win today for the Sturs. He went 2 innings of relief, no hits, no runs. He walked 2 and K'd 2 as well. So Reed Hensley will now enter. He's going to face Landon West, Marcus Galvan, and Cooper Sheff. 5-6-7 for the Conejo Oaks. 6-3 our score after Santa Barbara put up 2 more in the 8th. When you look at what Santa Barbara has done to amass those 6 runs, 2 in the 2nd, a lone run in the 5th, 1 in the 7th, and 2 top half of the 8th inning to amass 6 runs, and all 3 for Conejo's runs came in the 5th. So here's Landon West, batted from the right side, 0 for 3 today. All 3 of those plate appearances were actually all against Cody Howard. Did not face Diego Ramos. Quite efficient for Diego, and Ramos only had to face 8 batters in his 2 innings. So Landon West will now see Hensley. First pitch from Reed as West tops a fastball over too short. Markle slides over a few steps to his left and fires to first in time to retire Landon West. 1 pitch, 1 out for Reed Hensley, Drew Markle, and Johnny Rodriguez. And that fastball from Reed at 93. That's going to bring up Marcus Galvan, who entered for George Baker as the catcher, and now stand in for the 2nd time today. And Galvan was actually the first batter that Ramos faced back in the 6th. He worked a walk on that occasion and was doubled up at 3rd for the 2nd out. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in there for a strike, just clipping the corner from Reed. 0-1. Seen a whole lot of arms warming up in that bullpen today. It's been Ramos and Reed Hensley. Hensley winds up the 0-1 pitch as Galvan sees another fastball away, 1-1. George Baker started as catcher in his debut. Now Reed Hensley gloved to his face. And his windup, the 1-1 pitch is Galvan sees another fastball missing away, ball 2. So for the Sturs, using Reed Hensley right now. Would they keep Hensley out there in the 8th? Possibly. Maybe Will Rogers with a 3-run lead. 1 out, base is clear. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Galvan, and he sees a breaking ball in for strike 2. First off speed that Hensley has gone to in his outing. It's good for a strike. It's 2-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch as Galvan sees another breaking ball, fouls it off to stay alive. Good swing from Galvan. Would have been upper half of the zone for Reed Hensley. But the Sturs looking for 5 more outs in this ball game. Snapped their 2-game skid, which came at the hands of the Slow Blues, their rivals. And these 2 teams will meet tomorrow. The Sturs will start a 2-game homestand to round out this week of play. 4:30 tomorrow will be the game against Conejo. But here's the 2-2 pitch as Galvan sees a fastball in, having to slide back away from it, full count. Next will be Cooper Sheff. One away and the base is clear. Hensley, again, his glove to his face. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Galvan fouls off over the third base dugout. We will do it again. When you look towards tomorrow, expected starter will be Mason Bixby for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Bixby had a nice last outing last weekend on Saturday. Been finding a consistent rotation for Ryan Kramer last couple weeks. Here's the 3-2 pitch as Galvan on a breaking ball lifts it into left center field. That is well hit, but will it fall? Trying to get there. It falls right at the base of the wall in front of Will Rogers, and he will get to second base. Marcus Galvan, that ball fell right at the juncture between the warning track and the outfield fence in left center. It's good for 2 bases, and Galvan has reached twice today. That's going to bring up Cooper Sheff. In terms of pitching to this game, of course, Reed Hensley grounding out, inducing ground out from Landon West now, giving up the double. Here's Sheff, who's 1 for 3, reached on a base hit in the 5th and scored the first of the 3 runs. Now Reed Hensley with 1 away, trying to keep a 3-run ball game in the bottom of the 8th. Back to second, first pitch to Sheff. Sheff chops it over a high first hop to Drew Markle, who holds his ground at short. Had a little bit of a fumble and no throw over to Johnny Rodriguez at first base. That first ball was spiked high into the ground, probably bounced 20, 25 feet in the air. Markle just trying to transfer the ball from his glove to his throwing hand, fumbled the ball. I'll go down as an E6. On the shortstop today, Drew Markle to put runners on the corners, and now the Sturs needing to be careful. Looks like Ty Zarodnik is still down in that right field bullpen. Available at a moment's notice. He's been warming the hole quite some time. But the tying run now at the plate. 6-3 our score, bottom of the 8th, in the form of Jack Brooks. First pitch to the left-handed hitter. It's a breaking ball missing away. Ball 1. And Hensley, who plays for Oklahoma, trying to keep it a 3-run ball game. The 1-0 pitch sent foul down the left field line. It's 1-1. Marcus Galvan had the 1-out double, now at third. Cooper Sheff reaching on the error in the infield at first. Brooks batting at the 8 spot. Coming says Hensley from the stretch. Here's a 1-1 pitch as Brooks will take a breaking ball in there for a strike 1 and 2. Be a massive second out for Reed. Still with only a single out, the sacrifice fly intact with Galvan at third. Hensley, 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, and this one is drilled towards the shortstop. A line out. Will this be 2? No, the no throw over to the first baseman, but Jack Brooks, the line out to the shortstop. And at first, Cooper Sheff remains, but a big second out for Reed Hensley and the Santa Barbara Foresters. Brooks on the liner to Drew at short. Looked like Sheff initially was on the move, but wisely held up as Markle didn't even throw over to first base to try to double him up at the first station. But with a massive second out, it's going to bring up a pinch hitter for Alon Camarillo. Dominic Hellman now bat with 2 gone, man at first. Bringing in the big gun, 6'6", 250 pinch hitter. He's batting the 9 spot for Camarillo. First pitch is Hellman, skies it, and it goes back into the stands. Hits the roof. That covers all the bleachers. Strike 1. So Dominic Hellman, another Oregon Duck, now stand in. The big dude at the dish, that is for sure. So Hellman at 0-1 count, and at first 2 gone, 6-3 our score. Bottom of the 8th, Sturs lead. And coming says Reed Hensley. Here's the 0-1 pitch as Hellman fouls off a fastball down the right field line over the first base dugout. Big high spray off that foul ball. 0-2. Alon Camarillo, who's the shortstop, was 1 for 3 before calling on Dominic Hellman to pinch hit for him. If Hensley's able to get out of this inning, he had runners on the corners. There still are runners on the corners with 2 out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Is Hellman. He will get hit. He took an off-speed breaking ball. He turned away from it, batting from the right side, took it on his left shoulder. That's going to load up the bases, and that's going to bring the go-ahead run to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. And it's going to be the top of the order as well. Hellman pinch hitting. He gets hit. Here's Lucas Danielewicz. Top of the order, bases loaded, tying run at first. Go-ahead run at the dish. 6-3 our scores. Hensley looking to get out of this inning. No damage done. First pitch. Danielewicz fouls it back directly behind home plate. Strike one. Hensley has been favoring the heater. Last one at 91 from Reed. And Hensley working from the middle of the pitcher's plate. He is surrounded by Conejo Oaks. The 0-1 pitch. Danielewicz drills it into center field. It's well hit, but going back is Sebring in front of the warning track. Makes the catch. Danielewicz gave it a ride, but he will fly out into center field. And the base is left loaded for Conejo. We head to the 9th. Santa Barbara, they lead 6-3 over the Oaks.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values. We head to the 9th, and the Santa Barbara Foresters leading the Conejo Oaks 6-3. Bottom of the order will be coming up. Luis Lures remains in the ballgame. Rodriguez, Taman, Markle 7, 8, 9 for the Santa Barbara Foresters. First pitch to Johnny, and he fouls it off over the third base dugout. Strike one. Defensive change. Cooper Sheff now in at short. He was at third, and Reeve Boyd entering to play third base in the 9 spot for Dominic Hellman, who pinch hit for Alon Camarillo. Well, it's 0-1 for the leadoff man, Rodriguez. Johnny's having himself a good day today. The 0-1 pitch, as Johnny will see an off-speed missing away, 1-1. Johnny is 2 for 3, a run driven in. The one time he did not reach base was a fly out into center, which came in the 5th inning. Sturs leading 6-3, looking to maybe tack on a little bit extra insurance. But here comes the 1-1 pitch, as Rodriguez swinging a miss on the off-speed, 1-2. Ryan Taman will be next, and we did see the manager, Bill Pintard, talking with Will Rogers, and we do see Will throwing down the bullpen on the right field line, so likely, unless an explosion of runs come, Will Rogers will enter in the next inning. The 1-2 pitch, missing down and away on a breaking ball to Rodriguez, 2-2. So Will Rogers started today in left field, batting third.
Assuming still relatively close game with a 3-run lead. It'll be Rogers' game to close out. Here's the 2-2 pitch as Rodriguez chops over to the first baseman on the backhand, and it deflects from the first baseman, and Rodriguez will reach base. Good piece of hitting from Johnny Rodriguez. That'll go down as an infield single. It was trying to be backhand by Landon West, the first baseman. It deflected towards Nick Leahy, the second baseman, but no one covering first, and a lead-off single for Johnny Rodriguez. And Johnny, his third knock of the day, and Rodriguez, he is heating up, and that's going to bring up Ryan Taman. 3 Ks today. Stand in with the leadoff base runner at first. Landon West holding on to Rodriguez at first. The first pitch and the breaking ball misses in. Taman had to lean back just a fraction. Ball 1. So Will Rogers, assuming still a 3-run game and a close game, will enter bottom half this inning. But the 1-0 pitch as Taman lifts it in a shallow left field, going back to shortstop and the left fielder, but no one can get there. That ball will fall, and Ryan Taman flares that one up in the left, and he has a hit. His first time reaching base today, and the Sturs have an opportunity to tack on a little extra insurance going to the bottom half of the 9th. So 2 aboard Rodriguez, Taman, both with base hits. Here's Drew Markle. 6-3 our score. The bottom half of the inning, 2, 3, and 4 will be due up for the Conejo Oaks. And Luis Luers, first pitch to Drew Markle, who looks to lay down a bunt right back to the hill, and Luers looks to go to third base, but throws to first, and is the throw in time? No, it was in and out of the glove of Landon West, and as a result, Drew Markle will reach base, and will go down as an E1 on the throw from Luers as the bunt was grounded directly back to the hill. Luers had a momentary look to third if he wanted to throw there, elected to go to first, but the throw pulled Landon West. It was a tough play for the first baseman. That ball went in and out of his glove. And as a result, Drew Markle will reach base. Now the umpiring crew will get together here. Likely the only thing would be interference on Drew Markle. And the entire umpiring crew halfway between the dish and the hill. On that throw down, it was very close. And they're saying Drew Markle will still be safe at first base. He interfered with the catch. He did not, and he will be at first, and the bases as a result will now be loaded for the Santa Barbara Foresters on the attempted bunt from Drew Markle, reaching on the errant throw from the pitcher. And now top of the order for Caden Peterson, 6-3 our score, and the Sturs for the cherry on top and adding all the cushion going to the bottom half of this inning. First pitch is Peterson, sees an off speed, and there for a strike, 0-1. There are a few guys up in the bullpen just standing around and stretching for the Conejo Oaks. But Luis Luers, the right-hander, surrounded by Foresters with no outs. The 0-1 pitch, and this one is driven past the shortstop, and it hit the batter. It did. It hit Ryan Taman, who was off second base. They're going to send back Johnny Rodriguez to third on runner's interference. Taman, who was off second base, that ball was hit sharply. He will be retired. And as a result, that will be the first out. Drew Markle will advance to second. Peterson will be given a base hit on the runner's interference to keep the bases loaded. But now 1 out. Taman being the victim of getting hit by that ground ball. Would have scored 1. Taman, not the fastest guy on the team, likely wouldn't have been given the green light to come home. And now Bill Pintard appears out of the first base dugout. So that ball was sharply hit up the middle of the field towards the shortstop side of second base. Ryan Taman, who was off a second, who was there after his base hit. The base is loaded with Markle at first. He was clipped on that batted ball. As a result, out on the interference. Peterson will reach, giving him a base hit at first, and the bases remain loaded. Bill Pintard, one of our bases umpire, beating halfway down the first baseline. And likely Bill Pintard saying a run should come in to score on the base hit to Caden Peterson. As a result, they sent Johnny back to third, where he started on that play. Bill pointing towards the outfield and then pointing towards home plate. Now the umpiring crew will come together to say, Will Rodriguez come around to score? And they're probably saying what the argument was for Bill Pintard. Pearson reaching base. He scored a hit. Official score on the runner's interference. A run should come in to score as well. The umpiring crew will talk things over. That was the likely logic from Bill Pintard. The umpiring crew all converged halfway down that first base line, right where the manager was talking with the bases umpire. But as it stands, the first 4 batters in this inning for the Stars all reaching base. They entered this inning with a 6-3 lead. Currently, that is where it stands, with Rodriguez at third, Drew Markle at second, Caden Peterson at first. Still, the discourse continues for our umpiring crew. There is 1 out in the inning, with Taman on the runner's interference at second. We saw Will Rogers warming down that right field line. Expected to enter on the hill in the bottom half of this inning. Now, looks like conversation completed with our crew. Now they'll call in the manager from the third base dugout, David Solis, for an explanation on the call. Give him an explanation of what the manager for the Stars was explaining to the crew. And now this conversation happening down halfway down the third baseline. And that's going to bring a run in to score. And they're going to say Ryan Taman. They're going to put him back at third base. So no out looks like will be recorded. As coming in to score will be Johnny Rodriguez from third. It is now 7-3. And no outs on the scoreboard. So Taman will not be retired. It looked like that ball hit him. Can't be for sure. We don't have replay from where we are sitting. But as a result, bases will be loaded. Still no outs. And a run in thanks to Caden Peterson, his RBI. 7-3 our score. The batter will be Jonah Sebring. So Sebring stands in, bases loaded. Another opportunity for the Stars. Had all that cushion going to the bottom of the inning. First pitch, off speed. Did not find the zone. Looks like it lit it up. But it misses on the delivery from Luis Luers, 1-0. So Taman will be at third now. A run in. Rodriguez from third scored. Drew Markle at second. Peterson at first. 1-0 pitch as Sebring sees one bouncing ball. Looks like the fastball missing in the dirt for ball 2 for Jonah. And if the Stars are able to just get 1 or 2 more, with the bases loaded, no outs, expect if you're a betting person to do that in this situation. Nice comfortable lead going to the bottom half of the inning. Would they even use Will Rogers in this situation? Able to drive in a couple more runs. Here's the 2-0 pitch as Sebring sees a fastball down and away. That is ball 3. Next will be Will Rogers to hit. The first 4 men all reaching base for the Stars here in the 9th, and it looks like able to tack on a few more. Nice comfortable lead going to the bottom half of the inning. Luis Luers trying to find the strike zone. Here's the 3-0 pitch as Jonah will take a strike down the middle, 3-1. Markle at second, Peterson at first, and Taman, who we were expected to see out on runner's interference, is at third. Luers comes set. Here's a 3-1 pitch as Sebring, he will get hit on the left side, and he will trot down that first base line gingerly. Slams the bucket down, now bent over, hands on the knees. Frustrated that he was hit, but that will bring in a run. Good to see Jonah still on his feet. Now Bill Pintard out to have a word with his center fielder. Looks like it hit him square on the back. He's reaching for it, but it will drive in a run. Score now 8-3 in favor of Santa Barbara. Now one of our trainers, Alina, going out to look at Jonah. Also a trainer from the third base dugout as well. And Jonah, as soon as he was hit, an apparent discomfort. More than what you would typically see when you just get hit. Still down with his arms on his knees. And the trainer from third base dugout having a word with Sebring. It looks like a pinch runner will come in. Jack Bollinger now for Sebring, who's still hunched over, hands on his knees. And we've seen Sebring get hit numerous times throughout this season, up high as well. He's taking a couple off the helmet. This time, looks like on the lower back. Now the manager will take Jonas Sebring out of the ball game. Jack Bollinger will now run for him at first. That hit by a pitch was brought to us by Alta Orthopedic, but we hope Jonah is okay. He does drive in a run. Ryan Taman will score from third base, 8-3. Our score, bases remain loaded. And here is Will Rogers, and now Will standing in, 8-3 score. No outs, bases loaded. Almost be surprised to see Rogers come in and pitch the bottom half of this inning. They want to keep him well oiled on the hill and just have him throw an inning to keep the arm loose, or just use someone else in this situation. But the first pitch now to Will, and Rogers sees a fastball away, ball one. So Drew Markle now at third, Peterson at second, and at first base will be Jack Bollinger. And Luis Luers entered his second inning of work, struggling to find the zone, is yet to record an out. The 1-0 pitch as Rogers sees one down. That is ball two. The next batter will be Jack Holman for the Santa Barbara Foresters, leading 8-3. Other arms that are available, they don't go to Rogers. Jake Fields, Ty Baker might enter this ball game now. Here's a 2-0 pitch as Will Rogers will take an off-speed pitch for a strike, 2-1. For Rogers today, he's yet to reach base. Fly out to the right field and foul ground, a strikeout, ground out to short, ground out to third. Getting driving a few more insurance runs here in the ninth. Here's the 2-1 pitch as Rogers, the green light to swing, popped up. Shallow right field, in comes Daniel Witz, makes the catch in right. Tagging up at third is Drew Markle, and he will hold there. So an unproductive out for Will Rogers. He's retired for the 5th time today. Runners hold where they are, one away now in the ninth. It was a flyout to Lucas Danielwitz. No damage done. Still an 8-3 ball game. But will we see Rogers on the hill bottom half this inning? We do see an arm up in the bullpen now, stretching for the Sturs. But here's Jack Holman batting from the left side. 2 runs in here in the ninth. First pitch to Holman. He skies it right side foul ground. This will be a play for the first baseman, Landon West, right in front of the first base dugout, able to make the catch. And Jack Holman retired. And runners hold where they are. And 2 quick outs with the bases loaded for Luis Luers and the Conejo Oaks. This is going to bring up now Nolan Souza, another lefty to face Luis Luers. It is an 8-3 game. Currently, the Sturs have 9 hits, 3 hits for the Oaks. 3 runs for the Oaks. They have 4 hits on the day. Bases remain loaded. 2 runs in here in the ninth. Be a nice, comfortable lead going to the ninth inning. Bottom half of the inning, I should say, for whoever takes the hill for the Sturs. But can Nolan, he's reached base 3 times today, driving a couple more. First pitch to Souza, and sees a fastball well high, ball 1. Nolan today reached on a walk. He scored in the second. When he did work that walk, a pop up to the shortstop. He was hit in the 7th and a base hit in the last inning. 5th time standing in the second look at Luis Luers in this 8-3 game. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Nolan will see an off-speed in there for a strike, 1-1. So assuming everything goes to plan for the Sturs bottom half of the inning, pick up the win today, leading 8-3. We'll host Conejo tomorrow. 4:30 start time at Santa Barbara High School. The 1-1 pitch, as Nolan will see it in the dirt. Good keep from Marcus Galvan. Keep Drew at third, 2-1. For Santa Barbara, trying to do something what the CCL team has not done in 7 games against the Conejo Oaks. They have won 7 straight CCL games, have the Oaks and the Stirs. Bottom half of the inning will be 3 outs away from handing them their first loss in more than a week's time. Really, you could say a week and a half, Conejo has not lost a CCL game. 1-1 pitch, 2-1 pitch to Nolan, and this one is popped up into the infield. The third baseman moves in. Reeve Boyd, who entered defensively, and Boyd cannot make the catch. 1 run will score. A play at the plate. Will Peterson score? Yes, he will. 2 runs will come in to score on the error. It is now 10-3. Drew Markle scored with ease. Caden Peterson from second base will come in to score on the drop ball in the infield. 10-3 now our score. And it was Reeve Boyd who was entered defensively in this ball game for Dominic Hellman, who pinch hit in the 9 spot. The typical third baseman was slid over too short. And on that 2-out error, 2 more runs come in to score. 4 runs here in the 9th for Santa Barbara, and that's going to bring up TJ Pompey. Runners on the corners. First pitch will get away from the catcher Galvan, and from third base will come Jack Bollinger. It is now 11-3, and a costly 2-out error. It was an 8-3 ball game, maybe a last-ditch hope for Conejo bottom half of this inning, but now 11-3, and all Santa Barbara here, the campus of Cal Lutheran. So Bollinger, who is running for Sebring, who got hit, scores the 5th run of the inning. And Nolan Souza, who reached on the E5, now at second. And Pompey is the 9th batter of the inning to face Luis Luers. Here's the first pitch, and this one's up the middle. A backhand cannot be made by Nick Leahy. The second baseman, Nolan Souza, will come around from second to score the 12th run of the day. 12-3 for the Santa Barbara Foresters, and they have now batted around here in the 9th, leading 12-3. Nolan Souza scoring the 6th run of the inning, and the Stirs have themselves an offensive explosion late here at Cal Lutheran. TJ Pompey is having himself a great day. Now his 2nd hit of the day and his 2nd run batted in. And here is Johnny Rodriguez, and fouls off the first pitch down the third base line, strike 1. So a lot of these runs, 4 of them on the scoreboard, coming with that 2-out error from the third baseman, Reeve Boyd. Was 8-3 on the pop-up in the infield by Nolan Souza. But since then, 4 runs have come around to score, including Souza himself. Here's the 0-1 to Rodriguez. You'll see an off-speed down. That is ball 1. So Rodriguez even started off this inning. Now the 10th batter for Santa Barbara, leading 10-3. Ryan Taman will be next, but Santa Barbara with this lead. The 1-1, as Rodriguez will see fastball away. That is ball 2. DJ is at first. 6 runs here in the 9th for Santa Barbara. Looks like they'll be moving to 13-7. Conejo dropping to 13-6. 2-1 pitch, and it will find the strike zone. 2-2. The Stirs knew the importance of this game after dropping the 2 tough rivalry matchups against the Slow Blues. They sure have produced here. They struck early, capitalizing on some errors in the 2nd. Pushed in runs in the 7th, 8th, and now in the 9th. 2-2 pitch as Rodriguez sends it over to the second baseman, rolling it over there. There's Leahy, and the throw to first is good. But Santa Barbara, 6 runs in the top half of the 9th. Go to the bottom half of the inning. Stirs looking for 3 outs, and they take the victory, and they lead 12-3 over Conejo.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Going to the bottom of the ninth inning, we have a much different story than we did entering the ninth inning. Entering the ninth through 8, the Stars were leading 6-3, and we saw Will Rogers warming up in the bullpen down the right field line. But now 6 runs in the top half of this inning for the Santa Barbara Foresters. They now lead 12-3 as Reed Hensley, who is back out for another inning of work, his second inning. No need to expend Will Rogers in this situation. First pitch to Austin Carrillo. He reaches for it, sends it down the third base line. In the outfield, that is strike 1. So the Stars get to save some arms for tomorrow's matchup against Conejo, which will be at home for Santa Barbara at 4:30 local time. It's going to be 2, 3, and 4 for Conejo, trailing the score 12-3. Santa Barbara in full command. Again, 6 runs at the top half of this inning. Completely different story. It's the 0-1 drill towards the first baseman. Good first reaction from Johnny Rodriguez. Fielded that ball off one hop. Touches first base. Carrillo retired, 1 away in the ninth. And 4 of those runs that came, 4 of the 6 runs that came in the top half of this ninth inning on that 2-out error. 2 runs came around to score on the error alone, but the error extended the inning, allowing 2 more runs to come in to score. 8-3 it would have been if that error had not occurred. Still a backdoor opportunity for Conejo if they're able to get a base runner, try and get in slam range, but completely different story now. The batter is Justin Rubin. The first pitch missing in from Reed Hensley, 1-0. Hensley entered in the 8th inning for Diego Ramos. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's a fastball down the middle, 1-1. This is going to be a big victory for Santa Barbara after the 2 games lost against Slow, bouncing back, putting up all these 12 runs. 1-1 pitch, and Rubin drills it down the left field line out of play. Strike 2. And especially considering it's Conejo, the top team in the CCL South, who have won 7 straight CCL games. It's not like you're playing an affiliate team that's been traveling around and lower in the standings. No, it's the top team in the CCL South, putting up 12 runs against them. And here's the 1-2 pitch as Rubin sees a breaking ball down, 2-2. Not only that, you get to save Will Rogers, even any other arm. Didn't even use Garrett Stratton, who you saw warming in the bullpen, likely to be used tomorrow. Here's the 2-2 pitch as Rubin chops it again, foul down the left field line. Rubin got on base 3 times today for Conejo. And for the Stars in the heart of their season, 4th straight game today, 5th straight game tomorrow. The scheduling last week, this week, and next week, really the heart of the season for Santa Barbara. The 2-2 as Rubin sees it in the dirt. All 3. Last week, this week, and next week, all 6-game weeks, just Mondays off. Getting the vibe of a true minor league schedule here for Santa Barbara. Even though those 3 weeks with 6 games, only 5 CCL games. Here's the payoff pitch, and that is ball 4 away to Justin Rubin, reaching for the 4th time today. It's a 1-out walk for the DH. So Hensley gives up the walk, and that's going to bring up Nick Leahy, second baseman. And for Conejo, you don't want to give him any sense of momentum going into tomorrow's ball game. after squashing them with 6 runs in the 9th. Through 8 innings, it was just a 6-3 ball game. Santa Barbara shutting the door, closing all hopes of a comeback for Conejo with the first pitch missing up to Nick Leahy, ball 1. When you look at the pitching today for Santa Barbara, Howard, the starter, going 5, Diego Ramos going 2, and Reed Hensley currently through an inning and a third. 1-0 pitch and a fastball missing away to the right-handed batter, Leahy, 1. That's ball 2. Ramos, phenomenal stuff in relief. 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks for Diego. While Howard had motored his way through the first 4 innings, struggled in the 5th, giving up some free passes and 3 runs. But here's a 2-0 pitch, and it will just miss away. Damon tries to frame it, but it is ball 3. Reed Hensley just looking for a ground ball to do it, but Leahy ahead 3-0. And again, it is a 12-3 game here, bottom of the 9th. 3-0 pitch is in there at 90 from Reed, 3-1. Justin Rubin is at first. Hensley looking to fire another strike. I'll give up a walk. Here's the 3-1. This one is drilled down the right field line. Will it stay fair? Yes, it will. Leahy rounds first base, going to second, and at third, looking to score from first is Rubin, and Rubin will come home to score. Maybe a play at third base. Now the runner, Leahy, caught in a rundown between second and third. Here's Markle trying to slap down a tag, and he will. So Nick Leahy had a big turn around second base after the RBI double. Is caught off between second and third for the second out after Justin Rubin from first scores on the RBI double from Leahy. But now 2 gone after he was caught up between second and third. Markle applied the tag. That's going to bring up a pinch hitter for Landon West. Max Auday will now hit for the first time. But the Stars just looking for one more out. It is now 12-4 the score here in the 9th inning. Max Auday plays for St. John's. Bats from the left side. He'll get a cut in today against Hensley. First pitch, and that one will find the strike zone. A heater at 92 from Reed. 0-1 for Max Auday. Stars just looking for one more out. Nice lead here. 12-4. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Max Auday sees it down in the dirt. 1-1. And again, looking for pitching into tomorrow's ball game, Mason Bixby, the expected starter. And on Sunday, Frank Camarillo. 2 good arms for the Santa Barbara Foresters. The 1-1 pitch as Max Auday slices it out of play down the left field line, strike 2. And for Santa Barbara again, this could be a galvanizing win for this team. 2 tough losses to the Slow Blues. Coach and staff not pleased after yesterday's ball game, dropping 2 to their rival. Looking for one more strike here in the 9th to close out the game. The 1-2 missing well high at 93, 2-2. Also, the fact that it is Conejo, mentioned already, but the best team in the South, winning 7 straight games, down to their final strike, trailing by 8 runs. 2-2, and Auday will see a fastball high, ball 3. Next pitch misses from Reed. Galvan will be next. Hensley's looking to take care of business right here. Already run in here for the Oaks, but 12-4 the score. Just looking for one more good pitch. Here is the 3-2 to Max Auday, and Auday lifts it into left. Will Rogers is out there, slides over to his right, and camps out under it, makes the catch, and there is our ball game. Fly out into left from Max Auday. Retire the side, and Reed Hensley completes 2 innings of work. Close out the ball game. Diego Ramos will pick up the win today. It was first man in relief for Cody Howard, but what a day for Santa Barbara, and what a bounce back after 2 consecutive losses to the Slow Blues. 12-4 our final score, and the Stars able to rack in 10 hits. Not only that, they were able to pick up a win against Ryan Humphreys, who got his 3rd start of the season against the Santa Barbara Foresters. And the first 2 times Humphreys got the start for the Conejo Oaks, Santa Barbara Foresters dropped the games to Conejo. So a big, even say a massive bounce back win for Santa Barbara, and they'll look to take that momentum home tomorrow as they'll welcome in Conejo for a 4:30 first pitch at Santa Barbara High School. So once again, final score here, 12-4 with Santa Barbara pushing in 6 runs in the 9th. For all the crew behind the scenes, I am Hunter Shoemake saying so long from 1,000 Oaks. We'll see you tomorrow when the Stars are back in business at home to face Conejo for the 2nd straight day. We'll see you then.